everybody!
Hopefully you can hear us and see us. You can't see us because I've got it on the wrong view. Hello.
That's the sort of professionalism you've come to expect.
We are here tonight to play EMBERGARD.
EMBERGARD. Oh, is that what we're doing?
I'm going to turn it down a little bit.
Is that what we're doing? Yes, it made me realise how dirty my glasses were looking into that night.
Filthy, filthy, filthy. Who have we got online tonight? We've got Cringe Lord Gamer, he says hi-ho. Martin Eisen, hello Martin. Pete Vandenbosch. Jim Crimmins is here. Seth Levine, Aaron Melpus. Brendan Daly. Slippy's in, hello Slippy. Sterling Northam, Zach Matthews, hello to everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening.
I think Brendan Daly has just been on Facebook liking my argument about
arguing with you about the NDAs.
No, he hasn't been arguing with me. He's been sort of quietly sticking his thumbs up at my my comments.
He thinks he doesn't think it's a thumb though.
Well, that's possibly true.
No, I'm joking. Yes, it's very funny. We get accused of things like being shills. I do quite find it funny.
It's particularly amusing. He wasn't accusing us of being shills in that video because it was under the video that we weren't in.
Yes.
So, not shilling.
Although he was saying that everybody in that video should be shunned.
Yes, should be shunned. Yes, shunned.
Which I find quite funny, but we're not here to talk about that today.
No.
Needless to say, if we were getting paid, it's less than slave wages, so it ain't worth it. But we're doing it for the love because we love this game.
Or do we? Maybe we don't. Maybe we have to decide. No, we do.
Or do we?
Yeah, I can't remember. So we're going to play a full game of EMBERGARD for you.
EMBERGARD.
I have been saddled with the Emberwatch because Pete gets first dibs on all things ratty and all things nurgly.
And all things dead.
Yep.
Hang on.
A dead Nurgle rat.
Yeah. Oh. Be still my beating heart. Yes, but you got first choice on the decks.
Oh, did I? I didn't know that. I think we just kind of agreed that I would take we're playing Nemesis,
yep.
And I am taking the Strike and the Flex because they kind of, in theory, work better together.
And I've got the Emberstone Sentinels and the Countdown to Cataclysm.
Yeah, I don't know, how did you find the deck building experience? I found it obviously surprisingly limited compared with the old game because you have many more choices.
A little bit limited, I think, but at the same time, it was fairly... I mean, it wasn't a huge amount different to like the old Nemesis because you only had 64 cards to pick from anyway, so there were obvious ones you were going to take and obvious ones you just weren't.
Yeah, the constructions of the decks wasn't any more restrictive, but obviously we've only got 2 decks, so it's like, well, I've got to play with these.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, I've got to take these, and now I did find there were some cards in both decks that I definitely wouldn't take with the Emberwatch, and so I didn't. But I had forced to take some that I wouldn't have taken if there were better choices, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Because obviously that will always be the case. But there's some that I think... So there were some card choices I had to make that there's no way I'd have made them in the old game because better choices would have existed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm just quickly trying to reconnect my phone so I can do the scores and the crits.
Scores on the doors.
There we go. So hopefully I can do that.
Okay.
So we can count all the crits and things.
So we've got... we've partially covered the comments over. Hello from Los Angeles. Hello, Seth from Los Angeles. Hope you have a good voting day today. I won't say any more than that.
Yes. We're going to keep it unpolitical in the channel.
It's the dynamic duo, thanks Sterling. Croton's on in. Hello, Croton. Hello. And Andrew Barlow's here.
So we've got people from Australia, from America.
And Sheffield.
The three...
Hello, Philip Lancashire.
So for this evening, if anybody's got any questions about the game in general, the thing we're doing specifically right now, bear in mind there's like a 30-second delay anyway, so if you ask us something, then we might have to rewind what we were doing.
Yeah.
Do stick like question in uppercase letters on the front so we can see what general chit-chat and what's
Belgium
questions.
in as well. Here come the Belgians.
The Belgians. Seth Veen says he voted for EMBERGARD. That's the best way to vote. So we are playing Nemesis, built our decks. So Emberstone Sentinels, Countdown to Cataclysm for me, and you've got the other 2.
Yep, so in the new game, we declare, it says you declare your, so the first thing you do is muster your warband. So you say what warband you're playing, and in the rules it says that you reveal your choice of warband and rivals deck. Now we've got 2, so because we're playing Nemesis, I assume, it doesn't actually say it, but I assume we're playing Nemesis, at that point you say, I'm playing these 2. Which means I'm going to have to remember what the decks are called, because I can never remember what they're called.
I'm just going to have to carry the card around with me because I've got
that's exactly how it's going to have to be. And then we draw our starting hands, which is very unusual.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's just ain't right, is it? You just draw your starting hand straight away. So first thing you even, before anything else, I think if you're playing in a tournament, if you can have it all set out properly, you can just start drawing your cards whilst you're sort of taking other things out of the box, which almost doesn't feel right.
That
so
just feels wrong.
We'll try and show our cards off as we're playing.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. Oh, I might keep them. Depends on this. Now I've got 22 cards in here, which is possibly a bit crazy. But I figured last few games we played this, we seem to get through quite a lot of our deck.
Yeah.
Because you pick extra cards if you lose the roll off. So I'm going to get rid of these though. And in the new rules, you don't have to show them off. So I'm not gonna.
Okay.
So poo. Now I got rid of them because I had 3 upgrades and 2 ploys, and I picked up 3 upgrades and 2 ploys. Lovely. Oh dear. Not sure what I'd rather have had there, but that's the way it
I've got
goes.
a tricky situation. I'm going to keep mine and hope for the best.
Just pray to God. One thing I'm going to almost definitely forget is Zicket's extra abilities.
Oh, yeah. What can I do? In the last power step of a battle round, I can pick a friendly fighter that has different territory to each other friendly fighter. Push that fighter 1 hex.
Another thing to make sure you keep in mind is that when looking at your upgrades, don't just immediately do what I just done, which is I've got X amount of upgrades, I'm going to need X amount of glory to play these, because some of them might be 1 or 0 or 2.
Well, I did exactly that. I nearly threw mine away because I have got, I'm going to tell you, I've got 3 upgrades and 2 ploys. But I realised that one of the upgrades was a 0. A 0 upgrade. So I thought, well, I might as well keep that.
I have 3 upgrades and 2 ploys too. So my getting rid of one has not helped me. So I've got to put a counter on there for the countdown to Cataclysm. We will be happy to know I'm not taking that card for the countdown to Cataclysm, which is after your turn, roll a dice, and then pain and suffering.
We've got a question.
What question? What's the question? Bit of a crystal ball. How many decks would you reckon will be released within the first 6 to 12 months?
That's a bit of a crystal ball.
We know there's going to be 5 at least in the next 12 months, because we know there's going to be 3 next year and the 2 that are coming out in the next month or so. So at least 5.
That's 5 more on top of the 2 that are in this box.
4 in this box. So there's 4 in this box. So there's going to be 9 by sometime next year. And it didn't say how far through next year that was either. So
surely I feel like there ought to be 10 or 8, not 9.
I know it doesn't quite.
We are
the OCD.
But there was a question further up there, though, I think. A question, is the tourney play still best of 3 matches? I don't know. The Warhammer World one isn't, is it?
No, Warhammer World is 6 games best of 1.
Yeah. So
and the rules also talk about minor victories and major victories, don't they? So
they do talk about minor and major victories. So maybe they are moving towards a one. I'm not going to try and find it, but moving towards a one game
setup.
I think I prefer that. I mean, that's how we play our tournaments. I think I prefer it. You play more people. It depends on what you're after. If you're after a sociable day out, which I think this version of Underworlds is moving more towards, I think playing playing more people on the day is more fun.
I also think with a single board, you're less likely to get that, oh, I've been longboarded, lovely, I guess I'll just lose this game and hope that the next game we play in the best of 3, I get to place them or something like that.
That is very true.
So I think that best of 1s won't be as bad in this version. I just realised this is a giant, like, face hugger thing or a lobster or something there. Very disturbing. Have we got any other questions? All depends. No, I think lots of people just talking to each other, which is great. Talk amongst yourselves.
Phil prefers best of 1. Yeah, I think I do too.
We proved to be the most devoted and coolest one.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Love you.
Nobody's ever called me cool before.
Not enough for Games Workshop, who just shunned us from their video. But
we obviously didn't write interesting enough prose.
Yeah, it needs to be more lyrical about it.
Aaron reckons best of 1s are more exciting.
I prefer best of 1s, and I think this version of the game will hopefully create less of those lol kind of decks where it's like, you can't stop me because I've got this ridiculous combination. So hopefully that'll be less anyway.
Yeah.
So we picked our cards. Next step after we mustered our warbands is we've got to roll the dice. So here we go, rolly roll. Our single, I think it's the very bottom single assist is the worst result. You get the best result.
So it begins.
That's right. Well,
So determine territories. I don't have a choice, do I? You have to pick the board.
I can't remember. I think, yeah, if
I'm
you
pretty
win,
sure
you
have to
pick
pick
the board. It's
Determine territories.
returned.
Players roll off. The winner picks a side of the game board to the battlefield, and which territory belongs to them. The other territory belongs to the player. So they're stagger hexes, not lethal hexes. I need to remember that.
Now, what this means now is that
I don't want
the person who wins that roll, they pick the board orientation, they place the first objective, but it has to go across the middle. They put the first warband model down as well. So they get a lot of firsts.
Okay, I'm going to put it that way around, I think.
I don't get a card for that, though, do I?
No, I don't think so.
Boom. It's a con.
Now we place the treasure tokens. The player that did not pick their territory shuffles the feature tokens with a numbered side face down. And you put one in an empty hex in neutral territory, another change, that is not a blocked hex, a stagger hex or an edge hex, and then we alternate.
Yeah, I did lie because I just said you place the board and then you place the objectives, but it's me. I place the objectives and the fighters and everything first. So
liar.
a massive lying liar.
Lie, face of lie land.
So you put that there.
Okay, I'm going to put that one there.
One there.
I'm going to put one down there.
One there. Okay. So we flippity dip them over. I got 1, 4, and 2. You've got 5 and 3. I'm pretty sure there's a card in my deck which is about holding all the odd numbered objectives. So that's lovely.
Well, I've only got 3 fighters though.
I know. Right, so then we place medals.
Medals.
Right, Ritak, roller derby Ratman thing's going to go there.
Okay. Always at the front.
Because I think he scares you.
He absolutely terrifies me.
3 damage. He's not bad.
He's terrifying. Terrifying.
Biker's Brat says, thoughts on the new edition? I personally still remain playing Shadespire. I mean, this is very, very reminiscent of Shadespire, we feel.
Very Shadespire-ish.
Is the tiebreaker still the same? What was the tiebreaker before, Nico? What was that question? I don't know if I followed.
Tiebreaker for the roll-off, or the, no, it can't be. You mean at the end of the game? I'll try and find it.
I think so.
I'll try and find it.
I think it is basically, if you've got more glory, you win a major victory. If you have models left,
tied on glory points. If a player has more has fighters and more. If only one player has fighters remaining, they win a minor victory. Otherwise, the player whose warband holds the highest combined value of treasure tokens wins a minor victory. So actually, it's not. So if you've wiped your opponent out, you win a minor victory. But if you are on fewer objective tokens, even if you've got all your fighters alive, if your opponent's got 1 left, it's on.
And it's on
objective
objective 5, but it's the sum of the value of the tokens, isn't it?
The warband holds the highest combined value of treasure tokens. Yes.
So if your opponent's got all their warband left, you've only got 1, but you're happening to stand on objective 5, and your opponent isn't standing on 1, then you
Maybe
win.
they missed the final attack or something to kill you.
Oh, that'd be dirty.
Otherwise, you compare the combined bounty characteristics of your remaining fighters, and the player with the highest total wins a minor victory.
There we go. Your turn to place. The turquoise looks amazing on the cloak, says Trephinon.
Oh, thank you very much.
Trephinonix. We're going to have to apologise if we get the names wrong because the text is very small and I can't work out how to make it bigger. So it's hurting my eyes. My eyes! Boss Rat Man. Mitch. And tick, 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 tick. Boom. Right.
Okay.
Well then.
So the fighters are deployed.
Boys and girls.
And then we go into battle round 1.
Battle round 1!
So we have to determine who takes the first turn.
Oh.
At the start of each battle round, the players roll off. The winner decides who will take the first turn in that combat phase. The other player draws 1 power card and adds it to their hand. So that's something we missed actually in our initial playing of it.
Yeah, we've got a couple of games that are on Patreon if you want to go watch them, but you will have to be a Patreon member obviously, but you get lots of other benefits if you are, but yes, we missed it in that one.
So yeah, so whoever wins this roll-off can choose who goes first, but they don't...
The loser gets a card.
Yeah, the loser gets a card regardless of what you pick.
Riggedy roll.
I got a hammer.
Hammer is right in the middle. Got to sing another absolute worst roll out.
So you get to pick a card.
Pick a card on me.
Pick a card on.
Pick a card on you.
I suppose I'll go first.
Poo.
Do.
So there we go. It's time to rock on. Rock on, Tommy. As mentioned before, if you've got a question to try and help it stand out a bit, write question in big uppercase letters at the beginning, and we will try and answer that quicker. Anything else we assume is more chit chat, and we will try and get to that as much as possible during the game. Someone's saying that they're the yeah, if you've got old warbands, you can buy the new box, and then some of the warbands are going to be coming out online in PDF form. Others are going to be coming out in downloadable. Sorry, not downloadable, in cards that you can then buy. So there's going to be options out there. Options everywhere, and not a drop to drink. Glory can go there.
So I'm going to go first.
You said that.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to charge your big wheel thing.
Horrible man.
No, maybe do I want to do that? Yeah, let's do it.
Right, I'm going to play counter charge.
Oh.
Place immediately after a friendly fire is picked to be the target. So you got to pick a target.
This one.
All right, now I'm going to play counter charge. Pick another friendly fighter and push that fire up to 3 hexes. So that's the card. I don't know if that's actually worth putting them there, whether you'd be able to see them or not.
We didn't show them off, actually, did we?
No, we did not. Shall we show the rest of them off now?
Yeah, I'll change my mind. I'm not going to do that, Charlie.
that was actually a card I picked up as my bonus card. So here are my other cards.
Sorry, I was just looking. Not
Oh, look
any
at
of them
that
do. We've only played 2 games of this so far.
Yeah.
Haven't we? So
Feels I'm almost
I
positive.
feel very rusty.
I'm almost positive that there will be people who've already played dozens of Vassal games.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And will already know the rules better than we do.
Yep.
I frankly don't know why people watch us.
It's for the bants.
The mad
Can you
bants.
actually see any of that there?
Yeah.
There you go. Enjoy. You're just looking at my objectives.
Sorry, so someone was saying that an advert played when we were talking about the warbands. Yes, you will. Some of them will be free for PDF download, and others will be available in the 16. We are going to do a video about what you can use and where you can get it from shortly. So
yes,
hopefully that will help explain
coming
things.
soon.
Coming soon.
So I'm going to miss this attack.
I'm gonna push tick
Okay.
tick 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 to there, and you need a charge counter.
Oh yeah, 2 hammers.
Yeah.
2 single assists. Marvellous.
Oh, rubbish.
Marvellous.
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 Let's go. Now I'm mumbling, reading things to myself. Oh my god, it's EMBERGARD, says Matt. He'll never tire of it. Neither will we, Matt.
Never ever tire of it.
So now, instead of having activations, you have turns. And a turn is made up of a activation and then a power step, I believe. You've got the page open right there, Robin, to confirm that.
Battle, combat phase, player 1, turn 1.
An action step and a power step, I think.
What does it say there? Action step.
It says on the back of this card.
Okay, fair enough.
Right here.
Oh,
All your
that's it,
turns, and
okay.
then at the bottom it's just an action step and a power step. So that was your action step, and now
Yeah.
on to the power step.
I'm going to play Trapped Cash onto... actually, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to play... immediately after my action step, I'm going to pick a friendly fighter. I'm going to use my Vanguard Dash.
Ooh.
Pick a friendly fighter. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that yet. Actually. No, I am. Yes, I in fact, I am going to do that. So I can pick a friendly fighter,
I don't like this.
remove the fighter from the battlefield, and place that fighter in an empty edge hex. This ability can only be used once per game. So you have little tokens on here, like you can see them.
Just about.
That you can take off so that you can remember what you've done. So I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to put him there. So that's the end of the action step. So that's not in the power step. I'm going to put him there.
Yes, Matt, it is basically an activation is now just called a turn, but it kind of makes more sense because it's your turn. Sorry, I think I said those the wrong way around, but activations become turns because you can have a turn, and in that turn you might activate a fighter, but in activation you might not activate a fighter, you might do something else.
Yes, that does make some sense. So in the power step, I'm going to play Trapped Cash. I'm going to pick an undamaged enemy fighter within 1 hex of a treasure token, and choose your boss, and inflict 1 damage on them.
Ew. I don't like that.
Trapped Cash used to play tennis, didn't he? He won Wimbledon a long time ago.
Right. I have nothing to do.
And this is quite powerful. He doesn't get any charge tokens or move tokens or anything.
Yeah,
He
it's
just goes,
nasty.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't like it. There is no word on the release date yet for the Seraphons.
No.
And Matt says it's pronounced cachet, darling. Cash. It's cash, all right. Okay. I parse. So, nothing else for you?
No, nothing for me.
My first go, then. I'm going to charge.
Oh, hang on a minute. I'm sorry. I completely. I'm so excited about the stream. I've actually scored an objective. Score this immediately after a friendly fighter's attack if the target was in enemy territory, which you were.
Yeah. It's not a bad card. That's a nice, easy one. Glory.
Nice easy one to score. Nice one to draw. So why I didn't throw my hand away. Now I need to actually check whether I want to put any of these.
Spend a penny. You don't spend glory now. It's another difference. Now in the game, when you place, if you have glory, you can play upgrades, and you can play as many upgrades up to the cost of the glory you have,
Yes.
but your glory doesn't get spent. So then if somebody has 5 glories worth of upgrades on them, and then they die, you suddenly got 5 glories worth of upgrades you can put on someone else, but the upgrades are lost.
I'm going to put Impossibly Quick on Uric, which gives him +1 save. But if I save a fighter, or sorry, if you fail an attack, then against him, then I lose the card.
Okay.
So at the moment, he's got 2 shields.
Right. Okay.
And I need to draw another objective, which I shall show off.
Objective. Yes, Mr. Murray, the Dread Pageant are in the new box.
And that immediately makes you the underdog.
I am the underdog.
I feel like there ought to be an underdog token.
Yeah, there should be. We should get the old
Primacy.
the big primacy.
We should
token
make
out.
an underdog token.
We should.
Yeah.
And make it just look like a little dog.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
put it under the table or something.
Oh, it's dead. I knew we should take it in last week after he left. Yes. Right, so my first turn then. I am going to charge. And I'm going to charge with Crititalk.
Not spending glory for upgrades is a new thing, isn't it? It kind of changes the math. It does, except I don't think in the later versions of the game the math really was important because you just scored so much glory
Yes.
that it was very rare you had a game that was... you should use one of the loser cards for the underdog. Yes, that absolute... Oh, did you just read that or did you...
I just saw that.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, yes, we should. This will get forgotten about almost immediately.
Yeah, we should have those out when we meet people.
We should.
For your underdog.
Hi, professional loser. Right, my turn then. I'm going to charge.
Are there Inspire windows now? Or do they inspire when they meet their conditions?
When you meet the condition.
I don't know... Because my condition is very clearly after an action step.
Mine's after an action step if a friendly fight was dealt damage or slain.
Yeah, so mine's are.
Oh,
so
someone's in the
no, that wasn't an action step though. Because
yes, good point.
Power step.
Oh, it's in the power step. Yes,
yeah.
it's a good point.
So
Oh,
after
yeah.
action step, if a friendly fighter has began that action step in enemy territory and used a core ability, inspire that fighter.
Yeah.
That's why this is quite powerful because he's now over there, and he's going to charge next turn.
Yeah.
He'll be on in enemy territory.
Yep. So, my go. Yeah, they got rid of the whole flowchart thing. It's much easier to play. There's a lot less question marks around what's going on so far. We haven't come across any situations like, oh, what order do we do this in? It does say that whoever's turn it is, they just can do, they get to choose the order. So I think because of that, it's generally not going to be particularly confusing. But we'll see how we get on. Mensoner says, did you happen to know if like my characters and teams from Shadespire onwards could be brought into this new edition? Some of them will be. Some of them will be competitive and some of them will be, can't think of the word for it, not competitive, but they'll still be playable. We are going to do a video about it, so do keep an eye out on the channel.
Yeah, so basically they're going to they've said they're going to do rules for everything.
Yeah.
But they're going to be war scrolls. I'm not going to pick it up, it's got characters on it. But they're going to do war scrolls and fighter cards for everything. But only some of them will be tournament legal, and there's about 33 of them at tournament legal.
There's going to be
basically, I think none of the really early ones are legal, but apart from the ones they redid in the Mirrored City box,
yes,
I don't think any of the early Shadespire ones are actually going to be tournament legal.
No, but you will get rules for them all, so you will be able to play them all at clubs and things. There's going to be 16 warbands that are going to get proper legal rules,
Yeah.
another 13 that are going to have downloadable legal rules, and the rest are going to have downloadable rules that you can just
Iron
play.
Souls are pretty old. Yes, that's very good. I was thinking of Night Vault and Shadespire. Of course, Iron Souls came out as sort of slightly
Iron Souls.
separate release, so I didn't think of them when I was thinking about the
Yep.
2 boxes. They, of course, were in the US starter set.
Yep. Right, my turn then. I'm going to charge.
A Walk on article outlining all the.
There is, yeah. So you can look it up in there, but we will do a video at some point. Okay, so I'm going to charge with Crititok 1, 2, 3, 4 onto there.
Okay.
And he's going to have a go at your boss.
Go on in.
So,
I think you're hard enough.
3 swords, 1 damage. Not quite as good as 2 hammers now, but anyway. A crit.
A crit, so that's bad.
That's a crit for me.
Oh,
That's a crit for you. Ooh. Bastard.
So
I can push you for
You didn't get any other successes, did you?
No, I didn't,
No, so it's
sadly.
just a tie.
I will, therefore, push to there.
Aha. Is my trap.
And then I'm going to play, I'm going to use my Tunnel Pack ability. Use this ability after your action step. Pick a friendly fighter with no move or charge tokens. That fighter moves. This ability can only be used once per game. So I'm going to move my boss. 1, 2, 3, 4 onto there.
Sneaky.
So he gets a move counter.
Well, that's inconvenient,
I know.
if you don't mind me saying.
Waka waka. Waka waka waka. I don't score anything, unsurprisingly. So, in the power of step, you move 4, don't you? So I can't quite get away from him.
3.
3, sorry, but that's enough. I still can't quite get away from him. The Berserkers, I assume you mean Garrick's Reavers. Sadly, he will have rules, but they won't be tournament rules, I'm afraid. Okay, so I will power step pass. So my ratties will inspire after an action step if a friendly fighter was dealt damage or slain in that step. So I could actually trigger that myself if I manage to injure myself somehow in a power step. If I use a weapon that has a damage to me or something like that, I've just realised. And then if somebody gets dealt damage or killed, then I can inspire someone else.
Okay, that's my second turn.
We're up to 83 of you. God bless every single one of you. And if you're enjoying this, please do chuck us a little thumbs up. Every little helps.
Your boss has got 4 wounds.
He's got 3 left now.
Okay. So I'm going to charge to here.
Boo. What are you after?
Over there. And I'm going to use my Raptors of... No, I'm not. I'm going to use my Deadly Sentries. Use this immediately after you pick a weapon as part of an attack. So I'm going to pick the... I'm picking my... To attack you, I'm picking my melee weapon.
Yep.
This weapon has +1 range for that attack. It can only be used once per game, so I take the token off. And
Yep.
I'm going to try and hit your boss.
Ow.
So it's 2 hammers, 2 damage.
Ow.
1 hammer.
I'm on 2 dodge, which is a lot more powerful these days.
Yeah.
1 dodge.
1 dodge. Okay. So...
Critics of my Crititox. Did we still get that 1 thumbs down every video? No, we get more than that these days because we say things like, I quite like this game, and everyone shouts, shill! You fucking shill! And then they all thumbs down us. We don't, but we get some.
So I can push you.
You can.
So I will.
Good. And I got something after your action step. Scroll immediately after your opponent's action step. If a friendly fighter with any charge tokens holds a treasure token in enemy territory.
Oh, nicely done.
So I get a glory. So immediately now, there is no underdog again.
Ah, yes, there is.
I draw another card. But I cannot scar this card. I can't score this card until after Robin's turn. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Can't be a shill if you're not quoted in the promo video, surely. Yes, yes, Matt, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. We're not bitter about it.
A little. A tiny bit.
Andrew's off to bed, so he has a work early in the morning. Yeah. He has 2 jobs now,
2
Andrew.
jobs. Oh,
Goodness
wow.
me.
Why
Well,
not?
I
Yeah.
hope you're doing okay, mate.
Yeah. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in.
Hopefully you can catch up on the rest tomorrow. Power step. Do you have anything then?
I don't, as it happens.
Okay. Interesting.
Not especially.
Matt says that models look banging. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Right, so my second go then.
Mm-hmm.
I will charge. Unsurprisingly. And charge with this is Mitch.
Mitch.
1, 2, 3, 4 to there.
Hello, Mitch.
Mitch the bitch. So he's going to charge to there, and I'm going to shoot at your boss bloke. Boss laddie. So it's 2 hammers this time, which is a little bit better, and his range 3, because he's lobbing bombs. 2 hammers, 1 damage. 2 hammers.
Oh.
Why, yes. Needs grit. Needs the right dice. No.
It's a shield.
1 damage.
So anything you can do about it, actually, isn't it? Like get a crit, it doesn't.
No, but if he... Oh, yeah, it's only 1 damage, so you can't even reduce the damage.
No, so could literally do
But
nothing.
you could stop me pushing you back.
Yes.
And I can push you back to there.
Okay.
Which I will.
Alrighty.
And then in the power step, I don't score anything, and I don't want to play anything.
Okay. So I don't want to play any either.
Trevor says, could we hold them close to the cam after the match, or make like a community tab post with close-ups?
Of which?
Oh, the models. I'd see the models close. I mean, you can look on our
They're on
Facebook.
Instagram.
They're on Instagram and Facebook.
My
so
pictures aren't very good on Instagram because Instagram had a kind of breakdown. Of
You
it,
need to
and-
take some more pictures, mate.
Yeah. Well, the pictures are fine, but Instagram's cut them off.
Well, yeah, I know. That's
So
what
I need to understand why it's done that.
individual ones.
But I might take some individual ones. But yes, so there are some on our Instagram if you go and have a look. If not, I'll put some up. I'll put mine up again tomorrow.
If I ever get really organised, I'll organise some
Discord,
pictures.
cough.
Yeah, there's
They
also
are on Discord. Oh,
yeah,
Discord. Yeah, that's true. You can see we do have a painting channel on our Patreon Discord if you
Yeah.
want to come and join
there's
in.
lots of fantastic paint jobs on there, frankly.
Yeah, and not ours. So I'm going to charge
Third go for you.
1, 2, 3 to there. Shoot.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I don't think it matters actually.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. I'm not cheating.
Yes, you are.
Bloody cheat. So who are you attacking?
Yes.
You're attacking Niche.
Niche. Yeah. So
Has she got a range attack then?
Yeah, they all have.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah. It's only 2 hammers though.
That's better than 3 swords.
Well, true.
Poor old Niche. Those are the
Two
wrong dice. Just lob the shield out. Ow! Squeak.
1 hammer.
Unos amenos. So Niche has 1 dodge. No dodge.
So that is a damage.
Oh, squeak. Okay, and at that point I can inspire someone. I will inspire... Oh, actually, I'm going to inspire Ritak, the Doom Wheel of Doom. He's inspired now. He goes up to 5 move and 2 dodge. And a partridge in a pear
I remember now,
tree.
they're really hard to kill. This is why I shouldn't have taken Annihilation.
I think everything's hard to kill in this game.
It
Doesn't it?
does seem to be. Right.
So that was a charge on that one.
That was a charge. Yeah, so they've all 3 have charged now, which is significant.
All 3 have
But that also,
charged.
at the end of my action step, that inspires Falasa
Mufasa.
because she took an action in enemy territory.
Yep. Okay. Power step. You got anything?
Still not.
I think also that for me. So my third go, I'm going to charge with my newly inspired Wheel of Deafness to this objective here. So it's 3 swords, 3 damage. Oddly, I think it gets worse because it starts on 2 hammers and then
Okay.
it goes to 3 swords. So, sorry, I had the dice cam view up. So I'm going to charge around from here, round here. That's a nice tray. Well, thank you. I think you can actually buy the mouse mat that has this logo on if you then want to cut it down for a tray on Vistaprint. Right, gonna have a go at you.
Go on in.
3 swords.
You have got some
Oh,
assists
2
though.
single assists on that one from the Ratty.
Oh, there it is.
Every game, double crit.
But that's still a tie, so you can push me.
Oh yes, that is a good point.
Yeah.
Crits are not auto successes in this, so that was effectively 2 successes for you,
Yeah.
and 2 successes for
Can
me.
you push me or can
so
I?
it's a draw,
Yeah.
but I can't push you because you rolled more crits than me,
I see. Okay.
so I cannot push you back.
Can't push
now.
me yet. Okay.
Boo.
Wouldn't mind it being pushed back.
How do crits work? Says Matt. Well, that's how they work, Matt.
How do crits work?
So crits are basically just successes, like a sword or a hammer. But if you roll more crits than the other person, then you get a special ability. If you're the defender, it's -1 damage and you can't be pushed back. And if you're the attacker, you can follow up after you've knocked them back.
So it's quite interesting.
You have to follow up into the hex they were in, so you have to be adjacent when it happens. Poop. Poop, I say.
So that's my 4th, isn't it?
I think possibly, maybe.
Actually, I've got power step first, sorry.
So, power step. I'm going to play Shide Step.
Okay.
I'm going to put my boss onto there. Anything for you.
Now you've given me a food for thought.
Thought for food.
Yeah, I'm going to put Great Speed onto Ardorn.
Which one's Ardorn?
The boss.
Okay. And then I'm going to play Hold the Line. Bam, 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 bam.
Love isn't always on time.
And Hold the Line is fighters cannot be driven back. This effect persists until the end of the next action step.
Nicely done.
No pushy for you, young man.
I nearly sidestepped onto here and I didn't.
Oh.
Might not have made any difference, but I didn't. So I will charge my 4th with my great speeded boss, and he will shoot. Now, should he shoot? I think he's going to shoot at bomb lad.
Bomb rat? Bomb rat. You can't kill the bomb rat though, can you?
No, I can't. So it's 2 hammers, 1 damage.
Here it comes. Bum, 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 bum.
Flash.
Ah. Is it supposed to be a
1 hammer.
1 hammer? Tick tick is 2 dodge. Oh, nothing.
So that's 1 damage.
1 damage. Poor Lerato.
And I will push him back.
Can't push him back. Cannot be pushed back.
It's not just on objectives.
And you've inspired somebody else.
Okay.
Who do you inspire? I think you can inspire Nitch because he's wounded. So Nitch over the back here. No, in the middle there.
Okay.
He is now inspired.
Oh, I'm also his Ardor is inspired because he charged from enemy territory.
Yeah.
And you can charge. It's the same as the overall. Once everybody's got charge counters, you can charge again. That is right, isn't it?
Sorry?
Everybody's got charge counters. You can charge again. Can you charge again?
No,
you can
you
only
can't
move
charge
again.
again.
No, I did it
You
wrong.
can't move
I only moved there, so he hasn't taken the damage. So you can't inspire.
So I can't inspire Nitch.
Yeah, sorry, I made a mistake.
Going to rewind
Sorry,
there.
I made a mistake there.
Once
sorry.
everyone's charged, you can move again or
Yeah.
attack again, but you can't charge again. So tick tick isn't
Actually,
damaged.
you were there, weren't you?
Who? Him?
Yeah, I was there. Sorry.
Yes,
and
you were
pushed
there.
that to there. Well,
Yes.
I still can't reach. No, I will move on to that objective.
Okay. He has got a range 3 attack. Though,
Yeah,
hasn't
I know, but I want to be on an objective.
he? Okay.
So he's got a charge token.
Sorry about that.
And a move token. Sorry, you just.
If everybody's charged in the unit,
Yeah,
then
you can attack again.
You can attack again, or you can move again, or you can go on guard or something,
Yeah.
but you can't charge again.
Okay.
Don't forget to put question in uppercase letters at the beginning if you've got any questions. Someone says they hope we're going to see a new version of Ready for Action. We better at some point. After seeing the Emberwatch close-ups, I'm not so disappointed anymore that I'll have to paint them. They look honestly really awesome. Yep, I think they're not bad.
I'm going to delve.
Delve.
Give me a stack token.
It does. Not that
I'm
matters
sure
really.
about, but you might attack me. But I have scored claim the prize. Scored this immediately after a friendly fighter delves in enemy territory. If you're the underdog, which I'm not, you can do it in friendly territory. So there's a glory there.
He's up to 2. I'm going to erase your 2 crits. No, because that was for my attack, so that's fine.
And draw a new one. Oh, well, I wasn't really good anyway. Indeed, that's how I feel.
I need to do something. I don't really want to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to have to do it. If that makes sense.
Nope.
So power step.
I can assure you it doesn't.
Power step. You got anything you want to do?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to put the Bringer of Doom, which is a Cataclysm card, onto the Rat. Which is after this card is discarded during a combat phase, you can immediately advance your Cataclysm tracker 1.
Oh, you're going to blow him up now.
Maybe. It's very possible. If you can you move him to there? Just so I can stand there and get all 3 of them. Back to you.
I am done.
Done like a kipper. Right. My 4th and final go then. I will run the Rats. I'm going to use the Rat's Kaboom ability. So this is another ability on their War Scroll. And basically, it's a core action called Kaboom! And I can pick a friendly minion with no charge tokens to use this ability. That minion moves and then rolls a number of attack dice. So first of all, I'm going to move him. So he moves 4. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. And roll a number of attack dice equal to the battle round. So I only roll 1 for each fighter within 2 hexes. So it would be my guys and your guys, but it's only yours because they're the only ones in 2 hexes. If the roll contains a hammer, you'll take 1 damage, and if it contains a crit, you'll take 2 damage. So I'm going to roll for Blokey in the back here first, Ardorn first. So hammer or crits?
Oh, 2 damage. Ow.
2 damage on him, pow. And then I'm going to roll for Bloker here. Yorick. Nothing. I'm okay with that.
Each would have been fair, I suppose.
I'm okay with that. So what happens after that is the minion is then slain. So I lose. So this triggers a few things. One of the things that happens when a fighter is slain is you would get glory normally, but there is no glory because he's worth 0 bounty. So he dies. I then have to get rid of my Bringer of Doom card, which means I can push on my Cataclysm Tracker by 1. And also, the Cataclysm Tracker rules say that for the first time someone gets killed in every round, you push it on 1. So I push it up 2 now instead. And that means I score an objective. I score collateral damage. Score this immediately after you advance your Cataclysm Tracker 1 as a result of a friendly fighter being slain. So that's another glory.
Nicely done.
So I'm up to 2. I forgot to put the first one on. So there is once more no underdog. Do you need to flip a delve token back for it to become a treasure token again? Yes, you do.
You do, and you can only flip 1 per turn.
Yeah.
Each player can only flip 1 per turn.
I'm going to pick that one up. That's my next card. I can't score that yet. In fact, I won't be able to score that this round, in fact.
Oh, yeah.
That is a perfect card to pick up at this point in the game.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
It's a fantastic card.
That's what I wanted to hear.
And now, because my fighter's dead with the upgrade, I now have 2 glory to spend again.
You do.
So I'm going to put... in fact, I'm not sure if this card's much good. I've given this to somebody and I've kind of forgotten what my rats are like when they're inspired. But for now, I shall put Sharp Reflexes onto Niche, which gives him +1 save. Oh, in fact, I don't need to do that because the rat died. I can just inspire Niche. So I'm going to put it onto Crititok.
Okay.
Because the minute someone dies or takes damage, I can inspire someone.
I'm going to put Duelist onto Ardorn, which is basically a reaction footwork. Immediately after this fighter is attacked, I can push him 1 hex.
And this is your boss?
Yes.
Okay. So I attack him, he runs away.
No, if I attack, I move forwards. After I have attacked, I can push him 1 hex.
Yep. Just checking the chat. If anyone's got any questions, don't forget to put question in uppercase. But I think everyone's pretty much answering everybody else's questions, which is great. Keep it up.
I would say, Valentin, don't watch this to learn how to do it.
No, watch this to find out how not to do it.
What not to do.
What not to do. Right. So I think that's the end of the first round.
I think it might be.
2 apiece.
I went first, didn't I? Do I declare first?
Yeah, you go first with everything, so you'll do your objectives.
I think I've scored, go all out, score this in end phase if 5 or more fighters have move or charge tokens.
They do indeed.
Yeah, so I've scored that one for 1.
Is that all fighters or just all friendly fighters?
5 or more fighters.
Oh, 5 or more, sorry.
Yeah. So I haven't scored that one.
Sorry for the slapping of tea.
It's decision time. Do I get rid of one I might score?
Everyone in the chat, let us know. What do you think, Stormcast or Ratties? Who do you think is going to win? Stick a little emote for either.
Rats. Rats, I think. I'm going to risk getting rid of On the Edge, which is score this in end phase if any enemy fighters are vulnerable.
It's a tricky
I
one.
might score it, but equally I can get to the next round and not score it, and it's only worth 1, so I'm going to get rid of it. I kind of forgot that you would just blow up the rat in your final turn.
Ba-boom! I could have hung around because then
You
next
could have
round
done,
I would have been rolling 2 dice, but as I got that other upgrade, I was like, I need to do this.
So I'm going to draw 2, and I'm going to keep my final power card.
Also, at the end of the round, with my countdown to Cataclysm counter, I will push on the counter Let me get the wording right. I can advance it one step every time the first time a friendly fighter is slain in the combat phase, and I can advance it one step at the last power step in each battle round for each feature token that is no enemy fighters on it. So I get 4 for that.
Wow. Okay.
So
That's pretty good.
1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm up to the second level.
Wow. Much harder for you when you were playing when I was playing the whole objective war.
Yes.
Style.
Yeah. Still standing on everything.
Yeah. I can't use my special ability because I can only use it with a fighter that's in a different territory to everybody else, and they're all in the same territory. So
yeah.
Can't use that.
Someone asked, do all the rivals decks feel viable for both warbands? I think I'm
not sure any of them feel viable for the Overwatch.
I think they could definitely hold objectives. I think they've definitely got the capability to stand on objectives and then not move because they're quite tough to
I
hurt.
actually think that's true. I almost think I'd need to. We've only played a game of each. I almost think that they're actually better at
sort of standing on objectives and shooting at you
stuff,
and then pummeling you when
rather
you get
than
close.
trying to kill everything, because it's quite hard to kill things, as you can see, because Pete has only got the only fighter that's dead is the one he blew up himself.
Yeah, but 2 are wounded.
Yeah. But you've got how many on 2 dodge? 3 of them
4,
on 2 dodge.
3, yeah.
And it's quite
4
dodge.
because Critstock's got an upgrade to give him +1 save.
2 dodge is quite strong without the possibility of you getting a crit to override it.
Yeah,
it
definitely it is more survivable now.
Yeah.
So
I've got 2 shields.
You've got rid of 1, then you've drawn 2 and 5, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so I have scored set explosives, which I picked up right at the end there, which is scoring in end phase if your warband holds 2 or more treasure tokens and holds all the treasure tokens in any territory, which is your side.
We do it over here as well.
Is that actually a territory or is it no one's territory? I can never remember.
I think it's a territory. It is no one's territory, but is it a territory?
Yeah. So I get 2 for that.
I don't know. One player's territory, other player's territory.
And the one that I was really hoping for that I got is supremacy.
You dirty bastard.
So I get 3 for that.
Okay, well I'm the underdog.
So I'm up to 7. So now I can flip 1 over because that's a 5 and get rid of that one. So I'm up to 7.
Place treasure tokens. It does call it neutral territory.
Oh, so it's territory then.
And the really annoying thing, it just calls it one player's territory, other player's territory. I can't say whether the other.
It says any territory, so
yeah, I think that'll be
if that's
all right.
neutral territory, then you could.
I can't quite find where it's defined.
So it could be quite nasty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
It's defined here, neutral territory. Or neutral
okay.
territory.
So it is
defined.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to get rid of uneven contest.
It's called neutral territory.
There we go. I'm going to get rid of uneven contest because that's hold all of the odd numbered treasure tokens. Now 3 and 5 are over there, which I could possibly go. I've got, but 1's over here, and I don't rate my chances.
If you hadn't run away, I'd have flipped that.
I know.
You'd have scored.
I know. So but I'm going to get rid of it.
But you did run away.
I did run away like a coward. I'm going to put utter conviction onto my boss, which gives him a save characteristic of X, which matches the cataclysm of the round, which is currently 2. So he's still on 2, but the minute I can get it round to 3, it's going to be quite hard to kill.
That's good.
We've got a question. What metallics were used on the Emberwatch armour? There you go. That's one for you, Robin. I'm going to draw up everything. I've got rid of a lot.
So I'm going to do a little video about this, actually, hopefully. It is just a black undercoat and then painted over with a gunmetal, but with some extra black in it. And then I dry brushed that up to silver, and then I painted 2 thin coats of gore grunter fur over the top of it.
Very nice.
And that's it. It's quite simple.
So on to round 2. So we'll show our cards off, and then we're going to roll for round 2. So I'll show mine off for to read yours. In fact, if I put these at the bottom, it makes more sense because then I can put the next cards over the top of the pictures, and they're much more visible. Hopefully people can see those. You will have to probably pause it to just go back and look over these if you want to, because we haven't got any posh deck cams or anything. Question, anywhere from GW if there will be organised play at launch?
No, they haven't said it.
If there will be organised play at launch?
Well, I'm guessing they will, but they haven't said what it will be. They haven't released their OP kit information.
Oh, I see. Yes, they haven't.
Yeah,
They haven't said anything about what their OP kit's going to be or anything. So
there you go. Hopefully you can read those.
Christopher Morris says, "Sorry, he's late. Been enjoying the bonfire and gone. Ran out of
Very
fuel,
nice.
so he's been burning all his old cards."
That's a good idea. Boards.
Oh,
the boards
yeah.
go up really well.
Loz is watching. Hello, Loz. So those are our cards. Haven't read them. Need to read them. What's going on? Oh, okay, interesting. Wish I kept the other card now. Oh no, I can do that now. Right, now we're going to get like a couple of minutes for us to go. Yeah. Okay, well we've got rid of all of these tokens off the board. Meow. So it's time to roll. So you're the underdog this time, Robin.
I got a hammer.
Oh, so I need a crit to beat it. No! That's the third time now I've rolled a terrible roll.
So you get to draw another card.
Which is not a bad thing.
And I suppose I'll go first.
Kind of have to, don't you?
I think so.
Right. More yum. No, I thought I got rid of that. Card. It's never good when you pick up a card and you're like, oh, I thought I got rid of that one.
And I'm going to start by shooting
Ow.
at you
Ow.
with Ardorn.
Oh, Loz is poorly. That's why she's watching.
Ah, she must. Anyway, to only watch you watches if you're ill. You can't turn it off.
Hope you're feeling better soon, Loz.
Yeah, I hope you feel better. So it's 3 hammers, 1 damage.
Right.
Oh, 3 successes.
3 successes because you have got
A single
Blokey,
assist there.
blokey,
You
some
are
assisting there.
flanked.
I am flanked.
Flanked, yes.
Right, so Ritak rolls 2 dodge. So I can't beat you because you've got 3 successes.
If you get a
If I
crit,
get a crit, I get nothing. So
okay, it's just 1 damage.
okay. Sweet.
And
I score stuff.
I don't, but I will, I think, leave you there, which I may regret. But I will not score, but oh, hang on a minute, what did I roll?
You rolled 2 hammers and
Okay,
a single
that's fine.
assist.
Don't score.
I scored unassailable. Scores immediately after an enemy fighter's attack if a friendly fighter holding a treasure token was the target of that attack.
Nice. I'm going to use Prideful Duelist. Play this immediately after a friendly fighter's attack. If the attacker is in enemy territory, heal the attacker. So this goes to 1.
Oh, I also score Shocking Assault.
Oh.
Scores immediately after your opponent's action step if the warband holds all of the treasure tokens in neutral territory. Shocking Assault.
Oh, I should have pushed you.
Bing, bing. So 2 more for me. Always be pushing ABP. Those are my 2 new cards I picked up.
Is that your
What do you think?
baby delivery advice?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know what any of these cards do.
Definitely should have done something different. Never mind.
Right, you've got anything in your power stack?
No.
Okay. I was just about to do so. I annoyingly, now I got rid of that objective, I actually could score it with the cards I've got. I forgot I had some of these cards. Mistakes have been made.
Yeah, I should have pushed you. I wasn't thinking.
Okay, I'm going to put Keen Eye on my boss. Oh, and I'm going to inspire my boss because you did a damage to the wheel. So he's now inspired. So I'm going to put Keen Eye on him, which gives him +1 dice to his attacks. Go to you.
Oh, sorry. I completely forgot. I'm going to use Duelist just to push the boss up.
Oh, yeah, nice. Is that hit when he makes attacks?
No, that's when he makes attacks.
Okay. I'm going.
Oh, I don't know if I can do both actually, because I've got Prideful Duelist. Let's play it after a friendly fighter's attack, and that's immediately after this fighter has attacked. So I don't know what the rules are for that.
I think you pick the order, don't you?
Can you play? Can you do them all?
I think so, because it just says if there are multiples, then you pick the order of them.
Okay, well in that case I will do them both.
I'm 99% sure. Anybody who may have the rulebook handy and wants to correct us on that one, but I'm 99% sure that you can now just do both.
You can just because that's just when they go. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Yeah.
Because it said if you have multiple things. I'm going to put driven by pain onto my boss, which is immediately after this fighter is driven back, you can heal them.
Okay. So if I drive you back, I heal
MacLeod
you.
says she's not watching because she's ill. I heard you guys from upstairs and ran down to see your beautiful faces.
Ah, ah.
If you're feeling ill, Loz, you should bake a cake because that'll make you feel better.
That is true.
And
Send
then
it here.
Send it out to us. Yeah. Yeah, Phil Langston says he believes you can do both, so I
Okay.
think you can.
Thank
as
you.
well.
All right.
Anything for you?
No.
And then I'm going to put all of the eggs in one eggy basket. I'm going to put Agile onto Ritak, which is I can re-roll one save dice.
Okay.
And then I've run out of cards.
Okay. I've still got cards left, but I'm not going to use.
Do it now.
No, I won't put that on yet. Oh, actually, I'm going to put. I've only got one glory left. Yeah, I'm going to put tough enough onto Uric, which basically means while he's in enemy territory, save rolls for who cannot be affected by cleave and ensnare.
Cool. I still power step pass.
Okay, I've got nothing else.
Okay. Okie dokie 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 dokie. Yep, so my first go. Certainly my first go. I'm going to charge with boss. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
To there. And he's going to have a go at your bow dude.
Okay.
So it is 3 hammers and 1 damage. Do I actually want to go there? I might just charge around here instead because I can do the 2 damage attack.
Okay.
So I will do that. I'm going to charge to here and have a go at your bow dude, which is Yorick. Christopher Morris says, maybe I misunderstand the rules. What advantage do you have to land on treasure cards? I.e., do you get any treasure tokens? No, but a lot of the objectives, depending on the deck you pick, may
So you
focus around
scored
it.
3 glory for
Yes.
holding the Burlier with supremacy.
Yeah. So that's basically why they're usually important, because there's usually some objectives that are all about that. So I'm going to have a go at your bow doodle. So 3 hammers, 2 damage, and I get single assists. 2 hammers.
Oh dear. Oh, crit shield.
So not only do I not win, because it was a tie, I
Yeah.
can't push you back.
But that
you want
does
more crits.
break my impossibly quick,
Oh yes.
because that was a failed attack.
That was impossibly quick. Alright. Power step, 0 for me.
Okay. Nothing for me either.
Val said his son told him a silly joke today. A guy calls the doctor and says, sorry, I have to cancel my appointment because I'm sick. I mean, it is quite funny. And it is ludicrous. And it's yet still it does happen.
And I'm going to attack with Uric.
This is your second go?
Yeah.
Onto sorry, I forgot to take it out of the dice view, so he's attacking him.
Yeah. So that will inspire him. 1 hammer, no single assist.
So Ritak does have 2 dodge and single assists, and I can re-roll 1.
Okay.
Although you only rolled 1 hammer, didn't you?
Yeah.
I might as well re-roll that one.
But what did I roll then? I rolled a hammer and something else. didn't I?
Hammer and a single.
Okay, so I've scored Branching Fate
Whey!
because I'm my underdog, and it can just be 2 dice
Yep.
for that. So we'll score that.
So up to 4. I do stop the attack though with a double dodge.
Okay.
Cannot do nothing.
And I'll also score Hostile Takeover. Score this immediately after a second or subsequent attack made by your warband that was not part of a charge.
Take all of those 4 tokens, well, 3 of those tokens away, and flip-de-dip 1 over.
Oh. Okay.
Supports still work the same. Yes, they do. They're just called flanked and surrounded instead. They do work slightly different because in the old game, a lot of things would say gain 1 extra one extra assist or something like that. I can't remember the exact wording.
Yeah.
But it would basically, before you would say how many people do you have assisting the attack and how many do your opponent have assisting the attack. And you used to get lots of +1 assist kind of stuff, or you get one extra person assisting on your cards. And now that isn't really the case. It's just a case of if there's one person next to the target, you're flanked, and if there's more than one, you're surrounded, and that's it. So I'm just going to show them off.
Those two.
Page 19 suggests that one player gets to resolve all their abilities first before the other player gets to resolve all theirs. On 22 it states clearly that they take turns until they both pass subsequently. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing, but I think there's a slight difference between what's on page 9 and what's on page 22.
Okay.
I don't think we've solved it, we're just pretending it's not a thing. We're just doing our own thing.
Abilities. I think a player...
Read out loud.
Sorry?
So read out loud.
Well, I'm just trying to find it because I don't want to read out the bit that's not relevant.
My dearest Annabelle.
When resolving an ability, your opponent should be given an opportunity to use a relevant surge ability if they have any. Surge abilities identified by the surge symbol can be played immediately before or immediately after an event specified by that surge ability.
So that's a surge ability, though.
Yeah. Sequencing abilities. If a player has 2 or more abilities that will be resolved at the same time, they choose the order in which they are resolved. If 2 players have abilities that will be resolved at the same time, the player whose turn it is his resolves their abilities first, then their opponent reserves their abilities afterwards.
So that's page 9.
So that's 9.
So that seems to make it quite clear.
Yes.
And then on 22, I think it's 22, it then confuses everything.
22 is in the rules clarifications, ironically. If both players have surge abilities that can be played at the same time, starting with the player whose turn it is, players take it in turns to play them one at a time until both players pass in succession, then resolve as normal. So they are in direct contradiction to each other.
They do kind of feel like that, don't they? Although one's more about abilities and the other one is more a little bit about the surges.
Yeah, one is...
So it's... Yeah.
2 abilities that would be resolved at the same... I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
I know there's been discussion about it. I kind of feel like maybe it's a case of you get to choose what order you do them in. So if I've got 2 surges and you've got 2 surges, I can choose which one I do first and which one I do second. But if you've got 2, not only do you choose which one do you do first and second, but we alternate.
Yeah.
So I do my first one, you do your first one, I do my second one, you do your second one. So it's an A, B, A, B, but you can choose the order of those.
Yes.
That's my take.
That makes some sense.
And Slippy does say one's surges and one's just abilities, but it's a question of whether that's a massive difference.
They are called surge abilities.
Yeah, so
it says sequencing abilities.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
It's not 100% clear. Could have been done better there, I think. There's always going to be something though. It wouldn't be a Games Workshop game otherwise.
No, right. And this could be a total waste of a go.
So you attacked and then you missed.
Yeah.
But yeah, you scored things.
Yeah. So I'm going to put the Canny Sapper.
The Canny Sapper.
Onto Uric.
How many glory do you need for that, Robin?
0.
Whee!
Immediately after I play a ploy and a power step, I can remove this fighter from the battlefield and then place him in an empty stagger hex or an empty starting hex in friendly or an empty starting hex in friendly territory and then discard the card.
Oh, do I not like that? I've got nothing to play at the moment.
Oh, I just realised I had a better card to play. Never mind.
I mean, that one was 0, so...
No, I could have played a card in the...
in the power...
in the actual attack step. I've got one to re-roll dice. Never mind.
But if you'd re-rolled it, you wouldn't have scored those objectives.
I've inspired... Well, I've scored one of them, but yes. I've inspired Uric.
Yeah.
Because he attacked you in
he was
territory.
Yeah. Val asked, how do we keep track of underdog? Well, we've got the loser card to give to the underdog. But we've already forgotten about it. We just look at it each time and go, who's the underdog? And then...
Yeah. Well,
just do that. So it's 5 to 7.
I think
no, 5 to 9. I
tend to know who's the underdog. I know I'm losing.
Yeah.
Therefore I know I'm the underdog. I found in this game, I normally go ahead and then lose.
Well, at the minute I'm ahead, so
yes,
maybe isn't good.
Well, I did go ahead briefly.
That's true. By 1.
Yeah.
I'm winning. Oh.
Right. Okay. So, have you got anything in the power step?
No.
Okay. This is a bit of a waste. I'm going to do it anyway.
What's he going to do?
I'm going to play sidestep. Pick a friendly fighter. Push that fighter 1 hex. Push him that way 1. And then I'm going to use the Canny Sapper.
The Canny Sapper.
To go all the way over here.
Interesting.
Just to get a little bit out of trouble. Might be a mistake, but
Interesting.
I don't think I'm very good at this game. Right.
Nothing for me.
No, I'm done now as well.
Right, my second go then. I'm going to move to there.
Okay.
Just going to move him to there. So is that is crit stock. Crit stock, let me in. Not by the hair and your thingy thing.
So that's that one.
Yep.
Okay.
So he has 2 defense because he's got sharp reflexes.
Okay.
Sharp reflexes.
Shark reflexes.
Yep. Doodum. Doodum. Glory tokens not being 135 already annoys me greatly. I mean, I can see why they just do 1 and 5, because or else it would be a whole. Because there's not that many in there, so it just makes it easier to print 1 on one side and 5 on the other. Plus, I think you're very rarely going to sit and go, oh, I need to swap. It actually also screws with your brain when you're sitting there going, oh no, how many do I need to get rid of now and pick up?
Right. Okay. I've got nothing in the power.
No, neither do I.
So in the third,
I'm
I'm going to charge 1, 2, 3, 4 because he's got great speed.
That is a great speed.
And try and hit him. So it's 3 hammers, 2 damage.
Oh.
2 hammers.
So we need a dodge and a crit, or a double dodge, or something, basically. No, I got a crit, but that was it.
That does reduce the damage by 1 though.
And it stops you from being able to push me back.
Yeah.
That's actually...
All right.
How much damage is that?
Just 1.
Oh, so I'm up to 2 damage, and I can then inspire
You're
crit
on
stock.
2 damage, aren't you? Oh no, I didn't. I thought I attacked.
Oh no, sorry, you're attacking crit stock,
Yeah.
yes. So I can inspire him anyway.
Right, okay.
Oh no, pick one other friendly fire, so I can't.
Okay.
But he's taking
Oh, hang
1
on.
damage.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I've got Brash Scout. I can re-roll any. I'm the underdog. I can re-roll any number of dice.
All right, okay.
So what did I get? 2.
You got a hammer and something. You only got one. You got.
That was 3 dice. I get 2.
You got 2 successes.
Actually, I probably wouldn't have used it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he takes 1 damage.
Yeah.
But you can't push him back because I rolled a crit.
Yeah.
And because I rolled a crit, it's -1 damage.
Yes.
I liked hoarding loads of glory tokens as well. Yeah, there was something to that. Right. Oh, I scored something because of that. I scored step by step. Scores immediately after your opponent's action step if a friendly fighter with any move tokens holds a treasure token in enemy territory. I was very fortunate then.
You were. C'est la vie.
Kest Levi. Pick that one up. Don't know what it is. The Iron Grasp. Okay, interesting. Anything in your power step?
No.
Okay, I'm going to switch things up. Pick 2 treasure tokens and swap the positions of those treasure tokens.
Nice.
So I'm going to swap this one here for this one here. Like that.
Okay. Because that's not a treasure token.
Oh yes, does it say treasure token? Yes it does, I'm wrong. So hold on then.
Because that's been flipped. That's not a treasure token.
Yes, it's not, it's a feature token.
Yeah.
So yes, good point, good call. In that case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this token over first.
Don't you always need to roll defense? Because that could give you more crits and less damage. Yes.
Yes.
In most circumstances. I guess if you're only doing a 1 damage attack, you potentially don't have to.
Yeah. Although it does stop the pushback unless your opponent's already rolled a crit or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just nothing.
Yeah, there are still some.
But yeah.
Do you feel the game is actually more dice dependent because many times you don't need defence?
I see.
Well, that was a fast question.
I haven't played a massive sample of games, but if you look at this board, I have killed no fighters.
You've not had the best dice.
Well, I haven't had bad dice. I've rolled a couple of double crits, and that was a defence dice.
That was a defence, yeah.
But I haven't rolled bad dice, but it's very hard to kill things.
I think it is harder.
Yeah.
It is definitely harder now to kill stuff.
Because even if you get a crit in the olden days, it would have just stopped the attack. Okay, so that would have been... but you actually reduce the damage, so it can be quite hard. Like I had a way of killing you then, but you've reduced the damage by 1. If I'd missed, I don't know. It feels harder. But like I say, I haven't really had a very big statistical sample of games yet to talk about it. And also, you do less damage.
Yeah, and not only do you do less damage in general, but people have more wounds in general.
Yes, because I mean I've inspired, and none of the fighters do 3 damage, which is pretty unheard of, I think, for a Stormcast warband.
Yeah, there's usually at least one big hammer wielder who does 3.
Admittedly, in the games that we've played, I don't think Great Strength has ever come out.
That doesn't help.
So that hasn't helped. But yeah,
because Ritak, the Doom Wheel, is the only thing that does 3 damage so far in the starting set. So.
Yeah. So anyway. So it's your third, is it now?
Yeah.
Did you actually play that card in the end?
No, because I realised I've got to swap tokens around, so it's less useful.
Right, okay.
I've got to swap treasure tokens around. So my third go, I'm going to charge with Niche 1, 2.
Okay.
Niche the bitch. It's going to charge there, and I'm going to lob a bomb at Yorick. My Rick, Yorick, someone's Rick. So he is 3 damage. 3 hammers, sorry. 1 damage. 3 hammers, 1 damage. I get a crit, and that is it.
And I just got a single dodge, so that's no use to no one.
1 damage, and I'll push you back towards your backfield there.
This way? Oh, this way.
Back, that's it, yeah.
Okay. So he's got how many wounds? They've all taken 1. And he's got 2.
Yeah, so my 2 little rats have got 2 wounds left, and my 2 big rats have 3 wounds left.
2 rats went swimming one day.
Over the hill and far away. One of those rats got bit on the head, and now that rat is fucking dead.
Right.
Power step, I'm going to play...
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Glowing Concerns. Enemy fighters have -X move, the next action step, where X is my cataclysm value, which is 2. So you've got a move of -2.
Oh, you bastard.
When you are vulnerable... Yeah, you can't minus the damage, so you can't stop death if you're at 1 wound left.
So they both got 1 wound left.
They've both got 2 wounds left. They've both taken 1 wound.
Okay, all right.
I'm waiting for somebody to go, hang on, you're not meant to be able to do, and point out something where I've been horribly abusing the rules. But so far, I don't think I have.
Just feels like it.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to charge... Oh, actually, no, I can't. Right, okay, I'm going to charge with this guy 2.
You can't charge 2, you can only charge 1.
Oh, because he doesn't move forward, does he? That's all right. He doesn't. He can fight. He can shoot. So it's 3 swords and 1 damage.
Which one are you shooting at?
Actually, he's got range 4 anyway. So fuck you.
I'll shoot wherever I fucking like.
I'm going to shoot this one.
This guy here. So that's critical. I do think that there is there's some longer range on things.
A sword and a crit.
You need swords, do you?
Yes. Now, do I want to re-roll that one?
I get 2 dice. Sword and a crit. If I roll 2 successes, then it's a draw.
I'm going to swear.
Right. A dodge and a dodge. Fuck yeah, says Robin.
Yeah.
I have rolled more dodges than I should have done, I think. You can push me back if you want.
Yeah. Oh, I have scored a critical effort because immediately after make an attack roll, if any of the results were a crit.
Yep. Up to 6. Not massively behind.
I will push you.
Squeak.
And draw a new card. Whoa. That's quite a good time to pick that up. Sadly, it's only worth 1.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I've got 1 go left, haven't I?
You have, yeah.
Was that your 4th go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Ah, cool. Cool. Oh, now I can't actually... okay. I've got nothing to play.
Me either.
So my 4th go, I'm just going to move back onto there. He has moved already, but
can
you can...
I follow up, actually, when I push you? Because if I can, I will. I can't remember what the rules are.
Yes, that you can, because you rolled a crit.
Yeah. So
boogie.
Yeah, I will do that. Sorry. Is that definitely right? It doesn't have to be successful.
No, because even in tie, you can push someone back. But if you roll more crits, you can follow up as well.
Okay.
Sleeper says, wait, Pete, aren't your dice supposed to be shit? I mean, yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on yet.
It's because you're not relying on crits anymore.
Yeah, in Norwood, my dice started off really nicely as well, and then they all went shit after a while, so hard to tell. Oh, okay. This is still doable.
Still trying to find the crits.
No, you do, because you definitely can follow up. If you roll more crits, you can follow up.
You don't have to be successful.
Doesn't have to be a successful attack, because a tie is always, you can push the person back in a tie.
Okay. And if it's a crit, you can follow it up.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
So on my fourth go, then I'm just going to move Chris Talk 1, 2, 3, 4 to there.
Okay.
And he does move 4, yes. I'm not lying. Like a lying shit. And then that's me done. So we're on to the... Oh, you got anything in the power step?
No. I should keep on to that one. I'd have scored 2 things. I've scored Fields of Blood if 4 or more fighters are damaged or slain. So just about everybody on your side is damaged, so I've scored that one.
Yep.
And I've scored Keep Chopping because my warband attacked 3 or more times in this combat phase, but it really needs to be worth 2 because it's only worth 1.
Aaron Melper says, Robin, don't forget Alone I Stand. You can push for Farasa.
I can now, yes, I can.
So what's that one?
So that's in the last power step. Oh yes, good point. It's in
Yeah.
the last power step. I keep forgetting it's in the last power. I keep thinking it's at the end of the turn. If you see what I mean.
So that's this one you can push, isn't it? The person who's in a different territory.
It's actually the last power step. Yeah, so I can push her.
Mufasa.
So you move to there. I don't know. I think I'll push her to there.
Says if you crit, you remove an article of clothing. Yeah, it's a new. That's on our OnlyFans.
I'm getting towards that actually.
How many did you score? Sorry.
Just 2, Mrs. Wembley.
Up to 8.
So I'm going to draw 2 more cards and 4 more cards.
Nice. So I have scored Slow Advance for 2. Score this in an end phase if your warband holds any treasure tokens in both neutral territory and enemy territory.
You do.
So neutral and enemy, I hold that. I score Spread Havoc. Oh, before I do any of that, I also I get 4 more points because there are 4 tokens that aren't being held by you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that takes me up into the 3 range on my cataclysmy thing. And that's kind of relevant, but not, because I also have Spread Havoc, which is score in end phase, gain a number of glory equal to your cataclysm score up to a maximum of 2. So that's another 2.
Nice.
And I score Iron Grasp. Scores in end phase if your warband holds all of the treasure tokens in friendly territory or in enemy territory. Or in enemy territory.
Okay, nicely done.
For 2. So I get
2? Getting ridiculous.
So I want 16. So I scored all of them. I was very lucky that you flipped that one over because I was like, oh, I can just run over here instead. Run away. So I've only got 1 left. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to get rid of both of these cards. I'm going to draw 5 new ones.
Which I possibly should have flipped it back. No, yeah, I could have done. Anyway, I didn't.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah. It's hard to remember. It might not have been useful or not.
There are lots of hearty things, which I do like. Thank you very much for that. Right, on to round 3. So it's 8 plays 16. We'll show our cards off. Says Robin.
Yeah. I don't think I can win this game.
Bear in mind, I've only got 1 card left.
To score?
Yeah. I've Boo fucking who, says Robin.
Yeah, I'm so sad about that.
I appreciate that. That's a really crappy thing to.
You never know.
You never know. You never know. Plus, you got to remember, like my boss is 3 glory and stuff. So
Yep.
you know.
Yep, exactly. Well, it's still quite hard to get him, but anyway, we'll see.
Yes.
We'll see.
Right. So on to the 3rd round. We've got a roll. So you really don't want to waste your crits here because you're the underdog again. I get a crit. So if you get a crit, you win.
Nice. Oh, I've got to roll that one actually, couldn't I? Nope, just a hammer.
So I win, and you get a card
Oh, I
this
get a
time.
card. Oh, exciting. What is it? Oh, it's that one.
Ooh. I'll go first.
Good, good.
It's a very easy first thing for me. I'm going to attack. I'm going to take all these off.
Right.
I would say if you've got previous versions of the game, keep the counters because you only get about 10.
Yeah.
So you need
And they've
more.
got the raise counters on the other side.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. So I would definitely, if you've got, like us, a whole box of counters. Keep them because they'll still be useful, but the rest you can get rid of. So I'm going to shoot here with Mitch against your bow dude. Have I literally only done 1 damage to all of your guys?
You did 2, but I healed him 1.
Oh yes. Christ. Right, so Mitch the bitch is going to...
So I suppose that again shows how hard it is to actually hit.
Yeah.
You know, you have attacked me. You haven't attacked as much as I have attacked you.
I haven't attacked with a big lad either.
No,
no. So yeah, Mitch is going to have a go at you. 3 hammers, but only 1 damage. 2 hammers.
Okay, so a shield.
1 shield. So that's 1 damage.
Yeah.
You're range 4 anyway, aren't
Yeah,
you? So it doesn't make too much damage. I will push you back towards your back end though, just to stop you from being able to 1-shot on my boss without moving.
Oh, yeah, it does 1 damage when he shoots.
I know. I do score aggressive defender. Scores immediately after a friendly fighter's attack if the attacker is holding a treasure token. I get 1. That's my last card. Is there a Skaven? There is a Skaven called Mitch. He's called Nitch, but that's Mitch. Obviously, that's Mitch.
Obviously.
That's obviously Mitch. If anybody's got any more questions, feel free to shout them out. About this, about anything else. Power step, then I'm going to play Great Fortitude on my boss. So he's rolling 2 dodge. No, he's rolling 3 shields now because he's got the utter conviction on him with the cataclysm value of X is my defense. And he's got Great Fortitude. So it's probably not the one you want to go after.
So he's up to 5 wounds.
5 wounds, but he's taken 1. So he's still 2-shottable, but with 3 shields.
Not very likely.
Possibly not. And so it's over to you. Valentin's got a question, see well. What was your question, Valentin? Let me look.
Do you think they should have made +1 dice? It's also such an ability. They made a grievous ability. Sorry, they made a grievous ability which cannot be combined with other abilities. So things don't get out of hand. Do you think they should have made a +1 dice? Also, this ability. Maybe, yeah.
I don't mind adding dice because we haven't found very many add dice things yet. Although we have had a few 6 dice. We have had a few 6 dice rolls, I think.
Yeah.
But I think overall, rolling more dice isn't a problem if you're not doing 4 or 5 damage when you do those attacks. So I don't mind. I'm going to. Phil's got to go. Bye, Phil. Thanks for watching.
Phil.
See you soon. And so is Matt. Matt's off. Bye, Matt. Bye, Lars. Hope you're feeling well soon.
I feel better.
I'm going to turn the heater off because I'm cooking.
It is starting to get a little bit warm, isn't it?
It's getting hot in here.
I'm just going to attack this person here.
So sigh heavily.
Let's try this. And I'm going to play, when I do that attack, I'm going to play Determined Effort.
Oh dear.
Basically, I get 2 extra dice because I'm the underdog.
Oh dear. So that's on Critical here?
Yeah, so it's 6 swords.
6 swords. How much damage?
2.
That's enough to kill him. Oh my shit.
1 sword.
What the Christ?
Hang on.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to play Brash Scout.
What's that?
Play this immediately after you make an attack roll for a fighter in enemy territory. Roll 1 dice in that attack roll. If you're underdog, you can re-roll each dice in the attack roll instead.
Oh, thank God.
So I'm going to roll these.
Because that was the worst roll I've ever seen. Still the worst roll I've ever seen. Jesus Christ.
1 sword.
You rolled 11 dice and got
It's
1.
like that time. It's like that time I rolled 10 and got 1 success. Right.
Oh my word. Right, 2 dice. I'm so... Oh, yeah, you still got him. I rolled nothing. I rolled 2 shields. And Nitch has dodges.
Brilliant.
Fantastic. Nitch is dead. You get a glory. That's a glory for the kill.
That's quite funny.
So you're up to 9.
Yeah, okay. And...
That requires far too many dice.
Yes.
So what's about neutral territory? Neutral territory is still a thing. Yes. Yes. Oldest mate said, yep, the neutral territory is still a bit in the middle here. Or if it's you're playing the other way, it's these sort of every other ones, which is a bit weirder, but yeah. You do need even more dice. Says Valentin says you need even more dice, yes. I mean that was I don't know what the odds are of rolling that many dice and only getting 1 success. Because you had like a 1/3 on each dice.
Yeah.
Crits and swords, and you rolled bugger all.
Fortunately, you rolled bugger all too.
I did.
Right, I am...
And I had even greater odds.
I am done.
Oh, and that all inspired Critoc, because
Okay.
you killed him.
That's That's Crititox. There is it.
Crititox. Oh no, sorry, you killed Crititox, so it doesn't inspire him.
He's probably uninspired.
Putting the wrong person on the wrong thing. God.
Okay.
But I can push on my Cataclysm counter 1.
Okay.
Not that it matters now.
Okay.
Right. I don't know what to do now.
So if I kill a fighter each turn, then I'll score an annihilation.
Whee!
Seems unlikely.
Especially since one of those has 4 wounds and 3 shields.
Yeah. I can actually kill him, but it's unlikely.
Right. I've got nothing, so my second go. I'm going to charge with the Doom Wheel, I think. And it's only your boss who's taken wounds, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, let's take that charge careful while I use it. 1, 2, 3. 4.
Okay.
I'll charge there, and then you can't get to him with that one there at least. So it is 3 swords, 3 damage. Oh, forgot to turn over. Look at that. Fantastic.
So is there any point in me rolling? Oh,
I
yeah, because I
don't
need to
think
roll. Cause
so.
it,
No, 'cause I
'cause
got no
you know nothing,
successes.
so yeah.
I got nothing, Jon Snow.
Okay. Right.
And then I might as well actually play Settle In, which is pick a friendly fighter on a feature token, give them a guard token. I'll put it on Mitch over there. So Mitch is on guard.
So if I attack here, right?
Yeah.
And then I use Duelist.
What's that one?
Immediately after this fighter is attacked, you can push this fighter 1 hex.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the old rules,
Yeah.
that would have been after the activation.
What's it say on the duelist card?
It says immediately after this fighter is attacked. Is that before? I've got a card that triggers off after an action step. Is that still in the action step? I think it probably is.
I think that's still in the action
Yeah,
step, yes,
okay.
because it doesn't say after an action step
Yeah.
in which you've attacked.
Okay, right.
So I think they're now separate.
Okay,
Because
so
they used to be the same.
So I'm going to put, I think I've got the glory. I must do, 'cause I only spent 2. I'm going to put Great Strength onto Ardorn. Do I actually need to do that yet? How many wounds has he got left?
3.
He's got 3 left.
But he's got double dodge and he's got agile,
Yeah,
which
but
means I can re-roll 1
but
dice.
I still need to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do that.
Righto. I pisp.
And then I'm going to smash him in the face.
Smash
for the
face.
rest. So
You're going to attack the...
I'm going to take the wheel.
And the wheel keeps turning.
Oh, hammer and a crit.
We're on a crit, and you don't care. Okay, so I need to roll crits and dodges. A dodge. I will re-roll this dodge because I've got agile, which knows me to re-roll 1. Oh, jammy bastard.
Right, okay.
So you can push me back because we both rolled the same number of
crits.
crits.
Into the staggery thing.
Ew, I'm staggered.
And then I will. That means I'm not going to score annihilation. I will push him into there. Oh, that can not be the objective. Into there like that.
Taking it with me. Screw you.
And I'll score careful survey because I have a fighter in each territory.
Nice. Up to 10. Flippity flip and dippity dip. Okay.
So he hasn't charged yet.
Pick up a new objective, or you got them all?
I've got them all
okay.
yet. So it's can I score that one? Probably not.
No. All right. I don't think I've got anything I want to do.
Definitely not now.
I think didn't my Doom will charge?
Yes, I've taken the charge.
Oh, sorry.
It's around the back here.
He hasn't charged that.
No, he
just
didn't
attacked.
charge. He just attacked.
Sorry, I didn't see it because it was behind.
Yeah.
Okay, my third go then. I might as well charge with me boss. In fact, yeah, because your boss has taken damage.
Yeah.
So I'll charge with my boss. And it's 3 hammers, 2 damage. 1 hammer. I don't think I've got any re-rolls. Oh no, I've got +1 dice because I've got keen eye.
Okay.
Ah, 1 hammer.
1 crit.
Boom. Can't do nothing. Can't do nothing. Oh no, wait a minute. 1 hammer versus 1 crit's a tie.
Yeah.
So, and you
But
roll
I
more
got
crits,
crits,
so I can't push back.
Yeah.
So that was a great whole lump of bugger all. Power step pass.
Don't think I'm going to score much more here.
You could try and kill Mitch or Ritak, maybe.
He's got
3 wounds left.
Right.
He's got 2 wounds left. He's on guard with 2 dodge. He's just got 2 dodge with the reroll. One real problem I've really encountered looking at the cards now that have the fighter photos on them isn't that it's got a photo of a fighter on it. It's that I'm looking at that paint job and just going, oh, I wish I could repaint mine and do them like that. Oh, they look so much better than mine. Also, I've realised that Zicket has fingerless gloves on, and I didn't paint him with fingerless gloves.
I'm just gonna, for my third, just gonna charge here.
Okay.
3 hammers, 2 damage. Oh, 1 hammer. Oh.
1 shield. He's on guard.
Oh, I hadn't realised he was on guard. I still probably would have done it. No, I'll push him. I can't push him. He's on guard.
Pushing his on guard. Here's where Mike says he's a sucker for terrain. If you do think they will add any kits in the future to spice up, I don't think so because they've only got 2 block texes and they're on the other side.
Of the board, yeah.
Hasn't seen much use of the crit ability. Overrun. Are you guys not wanting to use it?
Both. Not remembering. Also, I don't think we've actually.
We've not had many situations where it's come up.
Yeah.
We've not had many.
I used it here
attacks.
because I did forget to use it, and then I did use it.
Yeah. We've not had many crit success attacks, to be honest. Do correct us if we have missed some, but
I did push you into there, but I wanted to push into no man's land.
Yes, because you wanted the thing. You could have followed up and then popped over here or something.
But that would have been adjacent to your fighter, your leader, which I didn't want to be.
Yes,
So,
So I don't think there's been many situations where we've wanted to.
I think here I completely missed, so I didn't worry.
Yeah. My 4th and final go.
Yeah.
I'll put Desperate Rage onto Niche in the power step, which is a weapon attack. It's 2 hammers, 3 damage. But immediately after this fighter has attacked, he takes 1 damage.
Okay.
And then, I don't want to do this actually because I can't kill your leader anyway. So I won't, because I can't kill him. So he'll just have a go at your big bow dude. BBW. Oh, wow. Not a single roll. We've had some stinky dice. That's me done.
Okay, so for my 4th, I will use between the power step. I should use Illusory Fighter and just move my faster down here.
That enables you to move them onto any starting hex in your territory.
Yeah. And then for my 4th, I shall roll 4 swords and try and do 2 damage.
Come on! Ooh.
2 single assists and a crit.
He's probably done for. 1 crit and that's it. So he has failed. And you roll the same number of crits as me, so nobody gets anything, but you do 2 damage.
I do 2 damage.
So Nitch is dead.
Hooray.
It took a long time to get rid of that rat.
Yes.
Crikey. So you get a glory for killing him, so that takes it to 11.
I haven't scored anything else, so you're going to win.
So what were your end cards? You had Annihilation
and Denial.
It's not just a river in Egypt.
No, once you charged onto here, I was done.
Yeah, because you couldn't get rid of him.
I couldn't get Denial, but it's only worth 1. So.
But it's one of those ones that's like you could score at any turn now, can't you? Rather than the last turn.
Yeah. But it's quite hard to score. I maybe made a mistake and didn't pick enough. I didn't really look at how much glory I picked, but I found it difficult to. I found it difficult to pick good cards for these guys. Particularly, I don't know if I knew I was playing. I knew I was playing against those.
The rats.
And I thought you would be on objectives. So
you knew I was going to be on objectives.
Yeah. Well, there's a few cards in the flex deck. There's a few cards for flipping tokens and stuff. But I thought, well, I don't want to take those because I don't want to have to be out of position.
Stand there and flip tokens and things like that.
But I think Annihilation is a trap. To be honest, if you can't score it, I mean, I could just have scored it, but I would have needed solid dice rolls.
Yeah, it does feel like you've got to have either a really hard-hitting warband or just some very lucky rolls to be able to take people out.
And the thing with Annihilation is if I do take out your fighters, I get 5 glory anyway. or 7 glory anyway.
Yeah.
So do I really need the extra 5? So maybe I shouldn't have taken Annihilation.
But then, if you hadn't taken that one, you got something else that
Yeah,
you could have
exactly.
scored.
Yeah.
What was your your glory ceiling on your deck?
That's what I said. I didn't really look. I just
okay.
picked the cards that I thought I could score.
'Cause
And
I
actually, I did score most of them. And funny enough, I threw one away, which is being vulnerable. And you haven't been vulnerable at all.
No, because you've either killed people or.
And I've got the card, and I should have done this right at the beginning. They've got an ability which I haven't even used, which you can kill a vulnerable fighter.
Oh yeah.
After you've attacked them. And
Yeah.
I could have blown up your rat, but I had the card for scoring if you had a vulnerable fighter. But of course, you immediately blew him up, so you didn't have one.
Yep.
I probably should have just taken him out.
Yep. I do feel like you've really got to be a hard-hitting warband to even want to contemplate going all-out offence. And I know there was a lot of questions and a lot of concerns. Yeah, I realised how I could zoom in. I know that there were a lot of concerns that people had that, it's just going to become all aggro-based and aggro is going to be king. And I think, for the most part, as long as you've got some non-2 wound fighters, because I haven't got any in this warband, everyone's either 3 or 4, apart from the rat, and he's worth 0.
You blow him up anyway.
Yeah. So I think as long as you've got some fighters that are 3 and 4 wounds, actually hold objective play is going to be quite viable for a lot of warbands.
Yeah, I mean, I think it takes a little bit of time. So we've only played only our 3rd game. It takes a little bit of time to unwind your assumptions.
Yeah.
You think, I'm going to play a hard-hitting warband. I'm going to crump you.
Going to smash your face.
But I haven't at all been able to. In fact, indeed, in our other Patreon game, admittedly, I was playing with the objective holding deck. I ended up running away because you were more dangerous than I was.
It did seem like that.
And you can shed so much glory with these guys because they're 3, 2, and 2. So if you can kill one, if you can kill the boss, it's 3 glory. If you can kill 2 of them, that's 5 glory for you.
Although you can get 3 glory from killing my boss, and he's got 1 less.
But I
wound,
think,
so.
yeah, true. But does he start as 2 dodge? Yeah,
he does start to.
Yeah, because 2 dodge is pretty strong. I know these have got 2 shields.
That's stronger.
Which is even stronger, so maybe.
Stronger. Aaron Melper says that Emberstone, Sentinels and Cataclysm have some solid end phase. I mean, I scored 6 at the end of round 2 because of the cards I had, so there was definitely some synergy between those two decks.
Well, obviously, we've only got the 4 decks at the moment, which you haven't got a copy. So I need to rethink about how it might, how the best to play these. At the moment, they feel, but again, it's only a very small sample of guys, they feel underpowered compared with the rats. The rats feel more versatile.
I think it's because the rats have got a few more bodies. They've got a little bit more, because they've got the skitter, the move is really powerful and really handy to jump onto objectives early. And with a few movement shenanigans cards as well, that can make them even more versatile. I think it is a case of a regular Stormcast warband aren't going to just be smashing people in the face.
No.
I think maybe when we've seen some of the cards from that new aggro deck coming out, that might help a bit more. And I did see one game played which had Drom in it, and Drom was terrifying. But the person,
did you see that?
Sorry, I saw one game with Drom in, so maybe. So I think really powerful warbands could be really powerful, but I still don't think aggro is going to be king like it was.
Yeah, no, I don't think it will, and I'm surprised by that because I really thought it would be. Just looking at it, I really thought it would be. That was Nemesis, Mark.
It was Nemesis. So
Yeah.
I was playing the Countdown to Cataclysm and the Emberstone Sentinels.
And I think they go together perhaps better than although ironically it is a flex deck. Maybe I didn't pick good cards, but I didn't feel like they were very good choices. I think we were talking to Matt from Set the Tempo, or Matt set, I don't know whether he's Set the Tempo or Path to Glory now. What was I going to say?
Annihilation?
No, he was saying that the Surge cards are really good. And they are. And I think the Surge cards in both decks are really good. But the end phase objectives aren't particularly
weaker.
great.
Whereas I think for these guys, for these 2 decks, they've got some fantastic surges because they've got things just like make an attack whilst holding a treasure token, be standing on a token with a move after your opponent's activation, things like that, which if you give your opponent too many options to go for, you can make them easier to score. And then you might have been able to undo a few of them had you known the cards better. Yeah. But I think they've got a lot more strong surge cards, but also some really strong end phase cards, like Supremacy is fantastic.
And I think perhaps where I suffered was that I kind of not used to it, but probably you, even if you're not playing objectives, you want to stand on objectives, because I didn't try that because it wasn't for my game, but actually it would have messed up your game a little bit more. You might have still been able to play around it, but I had chances where I could have moved on to an objective. I could have.
My confusion was right at the bottom as well, so that would have proper stuffed me up.
I could have sidestepped onto one, and I didn't. What we are most looking forward to try, it's a bit difficult to tell without seeing the war scrolls.
I'm really looking forward to playing the Nurgle when they come out. They look like they're going to be
They look really good. Looking forward to painting those models.
I might have to paint them, I'm afraid.
Okay.
We'll have to buy some more, frankly. We can both do
So
that.
you were saying, you told me you weren't going to paint them, but if you are, then that's fine.
I really want to. Just finding the time.
I hope that the Guardians are good. The Otharis Guardians.
Oh, Otharis Guardians.
And of course, how I want to play Hexbane, because I like Hexbane.
I'm trying to think of what other warbands I want to play. There's actually loads, because I really want to try thinking of the 16 and the 33 that they're re-releasing. I want to see what's Guard like again. I want to see what Drum's like. I want to see what the Vampires are like. And the Thorns. The Thorns in there? No, the Thorns. Yeah, the Thorns are in there because they were in the Mirrored City. I've got probably a good 6 to 12 warbands that I really want to try.
Mark has said, and this is what I was about to say actually, Mark, the strike deck is compromised by annihilation because if you don't take it, you're wiping out 5 glory from because they're all the same glory, aren't they?
I think they all start at 16, individually.
Is it 16 or is it 20? Is it? Because
it's 16 glory.
If you don't
plus
take it,
7.
you're stuck at 16. Oh, I see. Yeah. So each. So
I think the objective decks are 16 on their own. So maybe
you're stuck at 11.
17, 11, and then 7 for the. Sorry. Yeah. Maths is hard.
If you take it, it is really difficult to score, especially again in this. Well, it just seems to be 5 fighters. It seems to be quite hard to take out in this current rule set.
Well, you do the maths on it. I mean, again, you didn't get great strength out.
No,
I'm not sure what your great strength is, and it feels like
it came out right at the end. But by that time,
you're already stuffed.
Yeah, I missed the attack that would have used it.
The board as well. Interestingly, just to sort of show the board again, it's one hex wider at these 3 points. But that seems to actually make a massive difference for how much space there is. Because like when you teleport over here, I was able to run away and cut you off, and then you were sort of stuck for a little while before you could get back into the action. So possibly you should have come on over here, maybe, because I had some other people.
Well, I just didn't know what you were going to do.
No, exactly.
I wanted to not be charged by this.
Yeah. Put over there.
This, because it's bloody lethal.
It is fantastic. It is fun, Debbie Jordan. So there is, I think overall the board feels larger, which makes movement more important, and it means I think a lot of people actually start taking great speed in because it's 0 glory.
It's quite a good
plus
card.
1 move is actually no one ever used to take it.
It's quite a good card for the Stormcast, certainly.
Especially for the Stormcast. I know I've got that Cataclysm card that gives minus to movement, which is also quite strong.
Slippy said, did you get anything from the Cataclysm in that game? Well, you did that minus movement, which was quite handy.
I did the minus movement. I didn't actually take many power cards from the Cataclysm deck. I've got Utter Conviction, which is your save characteristic becomes your Cataclysm value, which is really nice later on in the game. Yeah. I picked up Great Fortune, but that never came out. Driven by Pain, which is you can heal a fighter when they're driven back. Did I? Oh yes, I did. Sorry, Zick it near the end. I forgot about that.
Has the game sped up at all? No.
I think it has. I
haven't sped up at all.
I think the game will speed up once we get used to these. I think these warbands and decks will get quicker at it once we get the hang of it.
It's hard to know because obviously we played this. We've been talking through all the games we played. I don't feel like it's significant. I don't feel like there's less decision points.
You don't feel? No, I don't think there's less decision points, but there's less steps.
Yeah.
There's no kind of like when we were playing Breakneck Slaughter versus the Rhineworm's Bite or something. You haven't got to go, the first reaction step after the action step, before the surge step, but in between that and your next lunch break.
And actually, I think part of the additional time is caused by remembering how it used to work and trying to remember if that's how it now works. If you came to it new, I think you'd probably find it easier.
Yeah.
Because there are questions like I had that question with, can I push that? Does it still count as being at the end of the
like the crits and things like that as well.
Yeah, in the first 2 games, the crits did my head in. I could not get my head around it.
I've rolled a crit, what does that mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I could not get my head around it. And it feels, if you've played it a lot, I know crits could feel bad, but when you first start playing, I found rolling a crit felt worse. Because it's like, me rolling a crit, but then you just rolling a success. Actually then felt bad because like, well, I've hit you. It's like, oh no,
I rolled a crit. I've crit one. I've won the crit. You can't stop that. But then you realise, oh no,
you can stop it. So, but I got over that in this game.
I do like a lot of the changes they've made, and overall,
crash in February's 50-minute rounds from what I've seen. I think 50 minutes is still all right.
Because you're not going to chat. You're just going to be like, and there's the beginning of the game as well. I can't remember if you were here at the start, Aaron, but the beginning of the game is much simpler. It's like. Right, first you draw your cards, so there's no faff at all there. You just shuffle and draw your cards, then you roll a dice, and from then on it's just, there's no decision making to be had apart from which way you put the board. Then it's a case of, I'm going to place the objectives, I'm going to place the models, and then roll for the first round, loser takes a card, boom, crash on.
Yeah,
and it just feels quicker.
I think you can get a game in 50 minutes.
I think we could easily get a game in under 50 minutes.
I found all the games speed up in a way that they didn't used to. Well, I didn't feel like I kind of felt like towards the end of all the games we played, like, actually, I'm just going to do this, and it was over
there's
quite
less,
quickly.
because you start to lose fighters, or you start to go, well, I can't score these things and stuff like that.
I got through the objective cards much faster, which is interesting.
I did wonder, because I took a 22 card deck and I had 5 left at the end, so if I hadn't, I would have only had 3 left at the end. I was sure I had a card near, which is pick up a number of cards equal to something, but oh yeah, by the numbers it was near the bottom, unfortunately. Draw a number of power cards equal to the number of treasure tokens held by your warband.
Okay.
So you could pick up quite a few cards of that, which is pretty nice.
Synergy.
So I did take a 22 power card deck. I do wonder whether it's going to start to be worth taking 13 or 14 objectives.
The only problem with that is your surges.
True, but you do have the focus option to then go, I'm going to get rid of these 3 and pick up another 3 or something.
But then
it's hard to tell. But it just feels like me that most of the games that we've played so far, we've got through all our cards.
We have,
and that didn't used to happen as much.
That might be because I think one small change is that the surge cards seem easier to score.
They do seem a little easier, yeah.
Because pretty much all of them I was like, well, I can score that, and mostly it didn't mess me up.
And maybe that's the thing.
How about taking more power cards? I feel like that might be more of a thing.
Yeah, I did take 22.
Yeah.
And if I'd have got the by the numbers card out at some point, I would have picked up another 3, so I would have only had a couple left.
Yeah.
So I would have got 20.
And the focusing, I mean, I think it's one of those things, it's much better than just drawing a card. But
yes.
You don't really want to be, I don't think you want to include focus as part of your game plan. It's more like...
It might not be as bad, because if you've only got 3 fights to start with, if you've lost one...
Yeah, but maybe, you can attack with them.
Yeah, true.
And it's also like, there's not much point in putting more cards in your deck just so you can throw them away.
No, yeah, that's true. I feel like there's... But you will now, if a game goes badly for you, you'll be picking up at least 18 cards now, because you'll get the 5 each and you'll get the 3 from the roll-off. So
yeah, although I struggled to even get 6 end-phase cards. The thought of adding more is not... Surge cards, I'd have been happy to have more, but
later decks might give more options, I think. So,
how much impact do you think second edition will have on a size of local gaming groups? More regular clubs being full. I'm hoping people will take the opportunity to make clubs and play it at their local game store, because people will be interested in about it. So I'm hoping it'll give it a lift.
I think
the last couple of editions have been like, oh, I don't want to
just
get
more
into
of the same.
I don't want to get into that. It looks too complicated.
Yeah.
There's too much history with it. Now it's with the reset. I'm hoping more people get in and more people will enjoy it and play it. But it is going to need people who, and there's quite a few of them out there, but it's going to need people prepared to take it on and run a club and advertise a club and all that kind of thing. But it's definitely in a better position than it was.
Yeah, and like I've got a friend who worked at Warhammer for years. He's been into the hobby for 30 years, like I have, and he's never got into this. Partially because he just finds it looks too complex as to what you can take. And it's like, if somebody who's been in the hobby 30 years kind of feels a bit like that, then I can only imagine what a newer player might feel.
Yeah.
So I think that reset's good, but also, I can't remember who I was talking to, but they were saying about, you know, one of the first things you teach a new person is board placement. You're like, right, this is really important. This is something that can win or lose you the game, but for now, we're just going to ignore that completely. But it's like the first thing you decide is incredibly important. So they'll go, now, it's not so much.
No.
So it's a bit more easy. And also the initial game has less feel bad right at the start. It's like, okay, you roll off, the winner picks the board and where it goes, but then the loser gets to start doing all the placing objectives and stuff first, which is, again...
And losing the roll off, you get a card.
Exactly.
And I
Less feel bad.
I'm still trying to work out whether it's actually better to get a card.
I think sometimes it is, because your option might be, I want to go second anyway because I want to make my opponent, I want to get that last turn of the round and stuff like that.
That is a reason to go to 22.
Yeah.
Because you probably are going to get at least one extra card.
Yeah. Anyway, says he got longboarded recently. It was a challenge. Yeah, I've played a few games where I've been longboarded either in games against you or other things, and it's just...
You've also been in a few games where you have longboarded.
I have, yeah.
Cheat.
It's much more fun when I longboard, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, longboarding's gone, and I'm quite happy about it because it was just a negative play experience the whole way through. What is the time, Robin? It's 20 past 10. So I don't know if anybody's got any other questions either about this game or the game in general or anything about GW's releases. We are going to do a video in the near future around the whole thing of releases, what things you'll be able to take. So for newer players, what warbands you've got that are valid and so on. So hopefully that'll help clarify a few things. And I think, Aaron, your comment that it doesn't seem to speed things up. I think it will speed things up, but it's when you've got a load of people you're chatting to, you're going to spend a lot of time talking.
Yeah, I think it will be faster, especially as you get more used to how it changes, how things have changed. It takes a little bit of getting used to looking at remembering the war scroll.
Yeah.
Things. I keep forgetting alone as I stand, and I didn't actually get you vulnerable, so I didn't use that.
I forgot to use my warp charge, which gives me either cleave, ensnare or brutal, but it does potentially cause 2 damage to me, so it's one of those things I'm like, do I want to use that? I don't really know.
Scott Q said he started Underworlds at the start in Shadespire. He stopped before Chasm as he couldn't keep up with buying all the decks to stay competitive. Do you think the rival decks fixes that? I think it will, yes. I suppose there's always problem that they might just keep releasing more and more powerful rivals decks, so you kind of feel like you have to buy them. But they didn't do that with the old rivals deck versions. No, there were a few that were like Ryan Rock Relics was pretty strong, but there were quite a few that weren't. So I never felt like you would have to buy them. And just to add to that, I think they, back in Norwood when they first introduced the Nemesis format, that already helped to remove a lot of that card chasing. And so I think now that it's only rivals decks, there's no warband decks, there's no pressure to go, oh, that warband has an absolutely amazing warband deck, so I'm going to have to get them now, even though I don't really like them because they're really competitive. Now there's a much less of that. Seth Devine's looking forward to the painted video. I wouldn't look forward to it. It's not going to be very good. It's not my forte, but... yeah. Mark Rose says, any rumours about a case? Well, there is the plastic one. I'm not sure size-wise how the board fits on it. You can't get new board and water. They've never really done that, have they? Have they ever done a... They did that that sort of canvassy one. Oh, they did, but you couldn't put board in it, could you? I don't know, actually. How big is, if you put your case up there, how does this size up to that? That's not going to fit in there. It might fit in. I wasn't going to say it would fit in, but does it stand on top of it? Does it sit on top nicely? I think, yes. I think because it's a nice, pleasing size. And obviously now you've only got one board, whereas before you'd be carrying around probably 3 or 4 of the old boards. It's just a lot less space. Yeah, I'm sure somebody will produce something somewhere. I know that there are certain people already looking at 3D printing like a tray that this goes in, and then all your other stuff can go in. But our little tray, see, that goes quite nicely. It's not too oversized, is it? Not sticky. I thought it was sticky underneath. No, sticky's. Yeah, sticky's there. So yeah, so that you could carry that to your tournament. Too much. Oh, you need to one side a bit so you can fit your models down one side. There you go. And then they won't fall off. But yeah, you can travel around like that. As long as you don't go around corners too fast. Yeah, I think new boards much less fit in the old boxes. It must do.
Yes.
The old boxes, do you mean?
Do you mean like, because this is the same dimensions as the old box?
So therefore, go, it must.
Well, it came in it, so yeah. So I'm not sure what you mean by that, Adam, unless you meant something else and we're just being facetious twats.
Yeah, it won't fit in this old box here, for example.
Yeah, I haven't got any.
Facetious twat is my middle name.
Which is quite prophetic for your,
my
parents.
My parents would know that.
Right.
Typhonated.
New box looks bigger. No, it's pretty sure it's exactly the same size.
I've got an old one here.
Here's one.
Just check there's no contraband on there.
Yeah.
No, there isn't. That's good.
Winter War, that sounds crap. Same height, same everything, I think.
Yep. Same dimensions.
There you go.
It's actually Death Gorge, not Winter War. Death Gorge is one of my more favourite iterations.
Is that because it didn't have a Stormcast in the box?
Yeah, well, I enjoyed these guys. The Thricefold Discord.
Can't see the other box. It's just got a big halo on it. There we
The
go.
Thricefold Discord. Are they in the 13?
They are, because
they are in the 13.
Yeah, because they that came out in the last year, pretty much. Just about, so everything for the last year will be available.
Allegedly. Well, yes, not allegedly. We haven't seen it yet. I was kind of like waiting for that. I want to see that.
I know
Do you
there's
have any
people.
big boy fighters at hand? If so, they can be comfortable placed adjacent to each other. On the hexes, probably not. Oh, I mean, yes, we have them, but they probably won't fit together.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm positive they won't.
Oh.
Here's
I was just about to put that on there and you moved it.
Well, I need to put it on here so people can see.
I see, okay, all right. Who do you want?
Get your Mologs out, says Adam. Molog's going to properly mess things up.
Yeah, Mollog will.
I mean, you get these two here, and they're already, there's space, but there's not a lot of space.
Like I said, there's no point in getting Rippers and Scaeth out, is there? Because they're not really going to be tournament legal. Can you reach that?
That's a good point. Molog is tournament legal. Or he just overlaps on the edges somewhat. I think generally, because there was loads of room, even for the big lads. Yeah, they don't quite fit. Two big boys can get next to each other. More would be a struggle, says Mark, and I think you're right there.
Well, three big boys.
You can just about. If you see, they do.
Oh yeah.
They do just about. It's a little bit more of a push than it used to be, but to be honest, 90% of the time you just had dead space.
Yeah.
That you didn't need, and now you've just got not a little bit of dead space, which you didn't really need anyway.
They're bringing back black powder, aren't they?
They are. Black powder's going to be
I'd
in
like
there.
black powder to have a renaissance.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be good.
Because he was underpowered.
And oversold. No, I don't know. So there you go.
He's quite good. I haven't painted him too badly.
So you can fit them on there next to each other. It gets a little bit crowded, but it's nothing too bad. I think you'll do okay if you've got your Mologs pressed up against someone's black powder.
I was just thinking I must have spent quite a long time painting him and then like never used him.
He's a big model, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm just,
you can't help but not spend quite a while painting them.
Paint on his hand, which is a bit annoying. Anyway.
You have to paint that.
Sure, I won't.
Well, there's paint all over him, look. Thank you very much. So I don't know if anybody's got any other questions they want to ask before we call it a night, but there's still 6 of you there. And thank you everyone who joined in tonight. And
always lovely
watched.
to have you on.
It's fantastic to have.
We may well be live next week. We haven't done a schedule next week, have we yet?
We haven't got a schedule for next week yet, so we don't know.
No.
It's a question of what we want to do. So I'm sure we'll have things to talk about. Maybe we'll play a live game. The only problem we've got at the minute, of course, is that playing live games right now, it's like, oh, I'm going to be the Stormcast again, and I'm going to be the Skaven again.
That is true. That is true. With which decks? Yeah, that is true. So maybe we'll make some other content and then circle back to you if we ever find out when the release date for any other things that might be coming up.
Once the other warbands and the other decks become available, we'll then have a billion combinations.
Because it's out another week, isn't it?
Comes out next a week on Saturday.
So maybe before that. I just don't know. I've got no. Who's got anybody got a feel for when they might announce the other warbands?
They said in the article it'd be a couple of weeks later. And it actually.
I don't mean the new ones. I mean the ones that they're not.
Oh, the 13.
The 13, or the other ones that they're not going to even produce that aren't tournament legal. They've got to do it at some point.
I think they won't come out until go live day, until the day it arrives in people's sweaty palms. I think at that point, that's when we'll see the 13.
So week after next, we might be able to.
Yes, yeah. Not this Saturday, but the Saturday after.
Actually, be able to play something different.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then we won't see the other 16 or the other 2 warbands or the other decks for maybe another couple of weeks after that, which is a long time.
Scott Hughes, you're lovely.
Thanks, I appreciate everything over the years. So stoked to for Underworlds. Well, that's because we're massive shills, you see.
Yeah, I find it. I'm going to go off on one now, but I find it really frustrating that people's like, "Oh yeah, you're shills," and the game is rubbish, because it's not. That's what's really irritating.
We are shills, but the game's not rubbish.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because I think we said in our first impressions video, it just really feels like Shadespire.
Yeah.
And the game has really felt better than when it felt like Shadespire. So it's going to take a little bit of an adjustment. I think it isn't as complex, but that's not a bad thing.
I feel like a lot of people who don't like the changes they made, like they removed the deck, the warband decks, and they removed the artwork, and so they've decided because of that it's rubbish, and Games Workshop are rubbish, and you're rubbish, and
that's rubbish.
And even the things that I maybe am not a massive fan of, like the removal of the warband decks and the removal of the art. On one hand, I'm like, oh, that's a shame, but I can also appreciate that having those in there probably creates so much more overhead for them to run it, and I'd rather have less stuff that's better written and better balanced than loads of stuff that's absolutely poor.
Yeah.
We were always complaining about erratas and waiting for updates and things being overpowered.
So much now.
There'll hopefully be a lot less of that, because they said they're going to do it quarterly.
We wanted rotation. I know a lot of people didn't want rotation. We wanted rotation, and
and we got it.
for all that. Well, we did get it to a degree, but Games Workshop have said, and we're going to moan about them changing their business model, so you have to keep buying stuff. They have said they're going to give us rules for free for stuff we've already bought, and they could easily have just not bothered doing that.
They could have said, Garrick's, all of those ones, we don't give a shit.
No,
you can't buy it. We're not going to provide rules for it. But they've spent some time and effort.
Hopefully it's reasonably well play tested. I don't know whether it will be or not, but we'll have to wait and see. But if it is well play tested, then that's an overhead.
And I think, a lot of people don't like that they're doing that, because they're like, oh, I've got these warbands I can't play anymore. It's like, we've got them all and we can't play a load of them.
But we can't play them all anyway. Even if you play once a week, you can only play one each year.
Yeah.
One each year, one a week.
One a week.
And you still wouldn't run out. So you'd still run out before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So you can't play them all anyway.
And you can only play it with one deck.
Yeah.
So do you want to play one warband every week with a different deck for a whole year?
Don't.
I mean, it'd be interesting to do as an experiment, but you wouldn't get as much out of it as you would playing with 10 warbands. So,
if my new favourite warbands are stronger than new editions of Success, otherwise it's not.
Yeah. there is.
You may find that the strong warbands become your favourite.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens. I always loved Ephilin. But I also I hope that they'll use this opportunity to maybe dumb down some of the old overpowered warbands, and then give some of the black powder and stuff, give them a little bit of a chance to shine a bit more, because they've got that great big levelling off. So I think one of the biggest problems people have is they look at something and they immediately decide, because of that change, the game's ruined. But they're only taking it in context if I apply that change to the old rule set. But you can't do that, because all of it's changed.
No. And the biggest thing is that people going on about it's about selling new product to new players. Well, the thing with new product and new players is new players gives us all people to play. Yeah. And a different gaming experience and new people to meet, which is kind of what it's about. And the game's been out for 7 years now, and not very many games are in the same state as they were 7 years ago.
I mean, GW haven't got a single game in their main line that's the same as it was 7 years ago.
No. So, it's Ian Mann. Hello.
Hello, Ian. So you haven't missed it all whilst at work, but you can go back and watch all of this afterwards. Yes. So, quick! I'll turn off the score so he doesn't know what happened. One of us won, but we don't know who.
I do. I know who.
So I just feel like it's refreshing. A game that's not introducing or not pulling in new players is a dying game.
Yeah.
And they needed to do something, I think, to really start to pull in new players.
John's back from Warcry. You weren't playing Warcry with Ian, were you?
No, he's playing Warcry with somebody. Filthy, bloody...
Underworlds?
Underworlds, traitor.
And Croton's got a meeting, poor old greeting. Meet and greet.
Well, we're mostly done, so thanks for coming, Croton.
Yep.
Yeah, I just... This makes us shills, but you know what? I just think this game's better now than it was.
What I would say, though, is if I was a shill, I'd really wish that we were given more money. Because it's really not worth it. Considering I've sold my soul to the devil, it really wasn't worth it.
No, but then the people who call you a shill just say, well, that's your fault for being a shill, and now you've come to rue your decision.
I've got my free stuff. The chat rate's gone up.
Is dropping off.
We're dropping off. We're going to drop off now too.
See, terrible jokes are our watchword.
My boy says, why are those two guys always saying silly things that make such serious faces? It's because we're English.
It's what we do.
Because they're just British. There you go. That's exactly it.
Who said that?
His son, Valentine's son.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty much our entire shtick is saying silly things whilst looking incredibly serious.
Yes.
I think it's Monty Python's to blame for that.
I think it's just
definitely a Pythonism.
British reservedness.
Yeah,
very British problems, for example.
Exactly. We can't be too funny about things. We can't look too happy when we're making jokes, or else people might think we're comedians.
Looking forward to seeing. Yes, I'm looking forward. Lots of people. I don't know if there are any more tickets involved on for sale, but lots of people are.
Putrid Pie from Qatar.
Oh well, hello, Putrid Pie. Lots of people we know are going to the Clash in Nottingham in February.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to catching up with lots of people, including Val. We haven't seen Val since he came and played whatever that game was called. Space Crusade. No, it wasn't Space Crusade. What was it?
Battle Masters.
Battle Masters. Yeah.
So
let's have a Clash in Qatar. I like it.
That would be a little way to go.
Yeah, it would.
But it probably cost me less than trying to get up to Nottingham.
Yeah, we're not going to the Friday now because we have to work and things.
Literally, yeah. Going to be working, finishing work, driving up on the Friday night, and then I think that it starts quite late because I think registration is like between 9 and 10, and then the first game is like 20 past 10 or something. So it starts late, which is good.
Screeching and go, we're here, you know we are at 10 o'clock. Yeah. No, we won't do that.
Definitely got to do a t-shirt. I'll be sewing a t-shirt for people who want to buy one so they can wear the Agents of Sigmar and Ready for Action on their shirt. So represent. Yeah, so thanks for joining us. Do drop us a line in the comments if you have any questions, and look out for further content. It will be coming soon. Yeah, we can't wait for the PDFs either. Will we expect a standing ovation? Absolutely. We won't get one, but we'll accept one. We'll gladly accept one anytime. All I really expect for is a cup of coffee when I ask for tea. No, Andrew's not coming. No, Andrew's not coming. No. When we put my very first Grand Clash, Andrew, bless him, he offered me a cup of tea. I said, would I like a drink? And I said, can I have a tea, please? He was so starstruck. And he bought me a coffee. And so, being British, I quietly drunk without saying anything. Whilst grimacing with every sip. Ugh, thank you, it's lovely. Tried to get the wife to chase by, but she couldn't hack it. Can you recommend this version for newbies instead? Yes. I would still recommend this version over the old version for newer players. It depends. If it was Shadespire, I think it probably is slightly easier, but I think she might run into the same problems. Yeah, I think. If I'm honest. Yeah, I'm honest. I mean, I shouldn't say that really because I'm a shill, but. Bank account's going down if you say every bad word. But I don't want to say, oh yes, you definitely will. I think it is more simple. It's because in the old game you had to deck build pretty much, didn't you? Because you had to because you didn't have enough cards to. Unless you use those unless you use those pre-built decks. So you don't have to do that. It is smoother, but I think also there's a lot less feel bad moments, whereas in the old version there were a lot more feel bad moments because they hadn't polished it as well. So, but the game experience is largely the same. I would say the actual feel of the game. So yeah, I think you. Annabelle says, will it be socially acceptable to show pictures of your Ard on and friends on Insta? I have, but the picture was crap, so I'm going to do some more tomorrow and put them back on. Yeah. I'll by popular demand or something. I'm going to try and do it peak styly. Yeah. I need a white background for my. I literally had a piece of A4 paper. Yeah, that's how I need. I had. I mean, you've got the ring cam thing there. All you need to do is stick a piece of white paper on your shelf, and all I did was I had my painting lamp that I just pulled down in front of me, white piece of paper, model, click. Okay. That was it. I'll just some white paper in my box. Yeah. Although the problem with that is the light comes down, so it tends to sort of give the undershadow, but maybe less harsh light might work. I don't know. Yeah. We'll turn the light camera. Oh yeah, the election. I need to go and watch the election too. I was not watching that. I'm assuming the worst is
There's
going to
not
happen.
much going to happen, so we'll just wake up in the morning and whatever will happen will happen.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be the worst and just get on with my life as it is. Annabelle says, I spent hours learning that, and that's funny how simple. Just try not to overthink it, and you'll probably take an all right picture as long as you've got enough light, really. So thank you everybody for joining us this evening. We will be doing more live games. We'll probably hold off doing more live games and battle reports until we get some more options out, because I don't think anybody wants to watch more Skaven versus Stormcast at the minute.
No.
So we'll be doing some other videos, some explanation videos for newer players. So if you know anybody out there who's interested in the game, send them our way, because we'll be doing lots of videos around all
we
that
can
stuff.
sell them stuff for games. All games works like
We're
half,
filthy
no,
shills.
Yeah, almost no recompense.
So, yeah, hope you enjoyed that one. That's 2-1 now to me. I need a little score counter.
Did I win one?
You did. In
Oh,
our previous one, you won because I had the Cataclysm deck.
There
And I think the Cataclysm deck on its own is a bit shit.
I thought I
And
lost them both.
No, you won the
Okay.
second one. Pretty positive.
Okay.
So.
Fair enough.
So there we go. So thank you all. We'll be seeing you soon. Happy shilling out there.
Yep.
We'll
Cheers,
see you
guys.
soon. Maybe Nemegard.
Oh, bye.